the one with Satine, Rudy, and Grant was on that.
You don't remember when she was like, "Listen, you have to stop drinking so many potions of wonder."
Obviously, I was drinking too many potions of wonder because I don't remember it.
Yeah.
That was the wonder.
It was a great panel. So you can watch it on Thursday when it goes live on our YouTube channel.
I plan on watching it because I don't remember being.
It was great. We had good advice on like how to manage energy around the table and what to do when stuff is going not the way you want. It was a really good panel. And then one thing too, I'm really bad at plugging this because it feels weird, but I also want to say we do have a Patreon for Geeks Like Us, which helps support us getting more projects going and things. So if you're able to be a patron, pop on over to patreon.com Geeks Like Us. It would be awesome for that.
Please support Geeks Like Us.
We're trying to do a lot of cool stuff to include like making sure we get to conventions and stuff. This past year, all of us traveling to conventions, it's been on our own dime, and that can't happen again because we need to feed our families.
It's hard to do.
Yeah.
No, giving as many talks as everybody gives. If you want to see people at Geeks Like Us at conventions,
we do.
Patreon helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
We would like Megan to show up to more conventions.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would be a lot of fun. I enjoy getting to going out and talking and speaking up about what we do and the awesome things that gaming is doing for everybody. As a reminder, LoriB is our official cartographer and has made beautiful maps. And I will actually switch us over from the Ninja Bee and Sparkling.
Ninja Bee!
All of our things.
But everybody got to see the Ninja Bee, right?
Everybody got to see the Ninja Bee.
Okay, good. I wanted to make
sure.
So
this is some of LoriB's beautiful cartography work.
It's so good.
She's amazing. She does great, like, she also did Windhold, the map that we have for that, and she's drawn a few other things that you guys will get to encounter in the coming weeks, so very excited.
I love it. Sonova, I'm not sure what happened at the top of the autism and media panel. I need to look at that and see what the video upload looked like.
I don't know. Okay. I've been bad and not viewed those videos yet. I need to. I'm only one psychologist.
They didn't train us for this.
Yeah, I missed the class in grad school that was on video editing and all of that. I don't know. Did you guys take that one?
No, I didn't. It was at the same time as my diagnostics class.
Oh, okay.
You either learn to diagnose or you learn how to do video uploads.
Mm-hmm.
I think you chose wisely, but
I mean, probably, but how much am I using one versus the other? That's the real.
That's
true.
All right. Any other announcements or plugs that you guys want to give?
If you're in Seattle, Emerald City Comic Con is coming up in just a month or so. And if you're not coming up for that, come up for that because I think we'll all be there. Everyone at this table, at least.
I will not. I would like to be there.
No, me either.
Yeah, all three of us will be there in various capacities.
Similarly, in March is PAX East. All three of us will be at PAX East. Megan is a maybe,
depending on the support that
Patreon
has.
Depending on Patreon support,
she could be there.
As of right now, no.
Rachel, I think is a yes.
I will be there.
Yes. Viewers like you, Megan could be at PAX East.
We'll also be presenting at the Adam and I, Game to Girl, will be presenting at the Washington Association Play Therapy Conference in March.
Oh, that's awesome.
God, March is going to be busy.
Yeah, March is crazy. Yeah, Gary Con's in March as well, which is one it's on my list that I want to go to.
I know that Gary Con is probably off of Gary Gygax.
Luke Gygax runs it. Yeah.
One random person named Gary.
I would love that to be. I would love to go to Gary Con.
Gary was like
hanging with Gary Williams.
It's just a random Gary.
Gary Williams, who is a janitor at the medical waste facility.
He's got a whole panel that's just Garys.
Oh my god!
Like, the panel's gotten really big. It's about 10 Garys now. You can ask questions about
all the Garys.
Hosted by a Jerry.
That's a good one. I unfortunately they had to release Jerry because he got a little garrulous.
Oh.
Adam Con.
We already have an Adam Con. That's every con we go to.
Yeah.
Oh!
All right. Well, any other things?
I very quickly want to say that the full day 6-hour clinician training that Dr. Megan and I co-authored debuted yesterday, and it was very well received. People are already asking for a second day for the training, and oh boy, more work for us to build. That was the last 6-7 months of our lives.
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of reading.
Which is why we don't just
articles.
hand out our slides, by the way.
Yeah, I read 30 journal articles in one weekend. With a 3-year-old sitting in my lap poking me in the face.
But the good news is we're going to be, now that it's built and now we're just fine-tuning it, we're going to be able to take it around the country. So if you all know clinicians who have an interest in learning about applied Dungeons and Dragons and other role-playing games, let them know that we are willing to come to a town near them and teach them what's what.
Yes. Boston. Actually, Boston wouldn't be a bad place to run a training.
There you go.
Around the end of March.
There you go.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
I know a lot in Philly.
Boston.
There we go, Wandering Straight.
Yeah.
Spread the word, and we will come make an appearance. We'll probably both pull
Volunteers Tribute come to DC. If we have a place to do it, I will do I think we're kind of set up. I do the East Coast, and Dr. B does the West Coast.
And then we fight for the Midwest.
Battle to the death.
I'm sorry. Is that legitimate?
Huh?
Is it?
Wait, what?
I hope to God that's legit. Wait.
Donated 5,000.
Baron Masturbator. The third. Excuse me. Baron von Masturbator the third.
He's so generous. That's what I like about Baron von Masturbator.
No, he's a giver.
Yeah. He's
giver. Definitely a giver.
Definitely a giver.
People think he's self-centered, but no, he really gives to others.
Like there's a he's so generous.
He's so generous.
He just keeps pulling us closer and closer.
Yeah.
Gives and gives and gives.
At any rate, all right, our music comes from Syrin Scape.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
He will.
All right. And we are going to pop out of the chat and just do the game, but you guys feel free to keep chatting away, and we will, around 10:30 Eastern, we take a quick break and come back in and say hi to everybody over in the chat. So, without further ado, do we have a recap ready from someone?
I mean, I can do one. I can definitely do one.
All right. Go for it.
In what's that?
Go for it.
All right. In the last episode of Clinical Role, we found our heroes enmeshed in a mighty battle with the Pelorian army that had gathered outside the Temple of the Seven Towers. Gragnold found himself in a rage over this is pantomiming. He found himself in a rage over the death of the Moonfang clan. Fighting the leader of the army, he snicked, he snacked. It was very Jabberwocky-esque. There may in fact have been a Vorpal sword. We don't know. Reports have not been confirmed. But in the end, our heroes were all triumphant with the help of our new friend Enkai and her animal spirits, Sparkles the unicorn, and Snowcone the polar bear.
That's how you pronounce it.
Yes, no, you must do it in a high-pitched voice with the lisp every time you pronounce Sparkles the unicorn.
All right. One thing that I will add for the recap of just reminding you guys were in the midst of the fight. Mm-hmm. You heard a great roar and veritable army of minotaurs and gnolls
Mm-hmm.
came out and laid waste to the rest of the bugbear army
Mm-hmm.
that had, or not bugbear, sorry, hobgoblin army that was surrounding the Temple of the Seven Towers. You all fled after and came back, and pretty much nobody from the Pelorian army was left surviving except for the two that you let escape. With a stern
Leave
talking to.
survivors, warn the others.
Yep.
So remind me, did we find out where those came from? 'Cause I don't recall actually making a discovery. We know it wasn't Immeral's master.
No, because he
Yeah.
was like confused too. Because I think we talked to him and he was like, "That was weird."
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then we also, though, there was also the birds falling from the sky,
Also weird. Who knows
That
what could have caused
definitely
that?
like
was-
right around Immeral.
Pretty strange.
There
Yeah.
That
also
was strange.
Pretty
That was
strange.
definitely strange.
Yeah.
evil.
Who knows?
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah.
It was
Unexplained.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No way to
Definitely
know why that happened.
Wondrous,
Not
utterly
a-
wondrous.
not a
Truly
Care Bear
wondrous.
stare. Was not a Care Bear stare.
And Gragnold also had a vision. Adam, would you want to recount Gragnold's vision of the night?
I want you to recount.
It's like a dream. It is.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
During the fight, Gragnold had a vision of the night the Moonfang clan was destroyed.
Oh.
Remembering seeing the Driders coming into the camp, overwhelming the village, all looking lost, and then a small group of Pelorians coming in and fighting alongside them, driving the Driders back before turning their swords on the Moonfang clan, finishing the job that the Driders had started.
Yeah, that's why I cut that guy's head off.
Remembering in the vision, though, seeing one of the bodies of the Driders as it fled, noting that it had someone bound to its back, was where we
Some
had
of the members of the Moonfang clan might still be alive.
Mm-hmm.
So there are still indications that they would have that some members may have been taken by the Driders when they fled, not by the Pelorians.
Right. The Pelorians did, from the vision Gragnold had and has not had yet a chance to share with you guys. The Pelorians did not leave anybody alive.
Hey, Gragnold, how's it going? Any vision?
Gragnold just
But
covered in
before
blood.
we jump back into that,
Gragnold may need a shower.
I mean, Gragnold looks like Carrie.
well, you guys had cleaned up and gone to sleep for the night. Early in the next morning, Enkai, before the sun is even up, you awake. Stepping out into the early pre-dawn light, you start to wander the grounds of the Temple of the Seven Towers. You see some of the instructors are up. Sorry, I'm turning that down. Doing.
Oh, Megan, question.
Yes.
Who is this music brought to us by?
Sirenscape. I think I said that already, but it is Sirenscape's music.
I feel like we need like a tagline, like Sirenscape, music for the D&D masses, or something like that.
Sirenscape. If it's mysterious, it's Sirenscape?
Or if it's a sad trombone.
We'll come up. Womp, womp, womp. We'll come up with a better one, Sirenscape. Don't worry, we'll get to work. Classic Sirenscape.
I do have that sound effect available to me at all times.
Because you never know.
Along with this one.
That's a good one.
Classic.
Anywho. So, as you're wandering about, you see a few of the monks doing some of their early exercises, meditations, a couple people walking about. No one seems to pay you much mind. And you find yourself just sort of naturally drawn to this waterfall. And so there's the two rice fields up into the cliff above where the school is, and there's a waterfall that feeds down into each of them and then eventually comes down to this pool. And you walk out into this pool and you just see this very large and very tranquil looking with the waterfall kind of coming down, and one of the things you noticed looking at it, especially with your affinity to water, even though there's not much light at this point, this water's deeper than anything you've seen recently.
This is just Enkai?
This is just Unkai. She woke up.
Okay.
You guys are sleeping.
I
You
was
guys
totally
are
gonna
asleep.
make a bunch of-
Yeah.
You guys are asleep.
Attention, fine. We'll just be right here doing our thing.
Enjoy your sleep.
This game sucks.
What would Unkai do coming up to this pool?
Well, I haven't seen water in a really long time, so I would probably. It's not. Is it going really fast? Is it like a?
No, it's a pretty gentle waterfall, and this is just like a
Gentle,
large pool. But you
Yeah.
can see there's like a small shallow area, probably like ankle deep up to like knee, and then it pretty much just drops off into a fairly you can't even see the bottom.
I think I would walk up to it and probably just listen for a minute, since I haven't been around water for so long. I haven't really been this far inland ever, so it would be nice to be around the water again. And I think I would just sit down and stick my feet in there and close my eyes and remember being out on the sea, missing the sea.
As you're sitting there, you feel with your legs kind of in the water, you feel this sort of pull. Not like anything's pulling on
Made
you,
a mistake.
but it's more like just like a desire just to be in the water and be surrounded by the water again. Is that something that you would?
Oh yeah, hop in.
All right.
Hop in.
So as you dive down into the water, sinking deeper and deeper,
I can breathe underwater. Don't
yes,
worry,
you can.
guys.
I
Yeah.
do remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
And taking those first few breathfuls of water, it's probably one of the few times that you've ever breathed fresh water as opposed to salt water.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a little bit different for you. And it's kind of interesting and nice. As you get down towards the bottom of the water, you notice there's this little glimmer of light coming off from where the cliff would be. And it goes back. You see like a little, almost like cave entrance of some kind.
Let's go to the cave for sure.
All right. So you start making your way down through this cave, and were you not able to breathe underwater, there's absolutely no way you could go through this.
In there.
Takes you kind of weave in and out. At some places it's a little tight. Kind of have to shimmy your way. But you keep coming and eventually following this little glimmer of light. And eventually your head breaks the surface in this cave. And what you can see is the water comes up, and then there's this dry area of cave. And there's a single shaft of light, much like in the picture there, coming down in the cave from an entrance probably 30, 40 feet up above you. And it's a fairly small expanse. It looks maybe a little smaller than a bowling ball sized hole at the top. But go ahead and give me a quick perception check.
All right. I got to roll my dice.
First roll of the dice!
I know. It is perception 9 plus 16.
16. Something strikes you, like, as you look at this shaft of light, you feel the hairs on the back of your neck arise. As you see, sitting in it squarely in the middle is this sword. Which is weird. But the thing that's making the hairs stand up on the back of your neck is looking at the pommel of the sword. You see that it's not just a regular pommel, it's shaped like a seashell with a swirl inside of it. And you recognize this sword. He was never without this sword by his side.
What is it doing there?
So what do you do?
Well, if I recognize the sword as the sword of the former captain of my ship,
Mm-hmm.
And I'm confused as to what on earth it's doing this far inland and as to why it is here for sure. I think I can't see the image. How far away is it from me? Can I reach it?
You're probably a good 15 feet away from it.
Can I climb and get it?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's yeah, climb out.
Yeah. I'm gonna climb out and go get it.
So as you reach for the sword, you hear this voice from behind you say, "So, you be ready to admit who you really are now?"
Oh, come on. I never denied who I was.
Walking around. Oh, look at me, I love nature. It's not the girl I raised.
Oh, I loved Nate. Please. That is not true. What are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing this far inland? Why is your sword here?
Someone's got to look after you.
Mm-hmm. It's been a while.
You ready to remember?
I never forgot.
We'll see. See if you can draw her.
All right. I crawl up and I go to draw the sword.
As your hand wraps around the handle, you start to pull it free. There's this moment of disorientation. And you're remembering a very early memory of being out on the seas. You hear the waves crashing against the bow of the ship. The creaking of the rigging. And seeing the sails as they fill with air, feeling the ship underneath you. Your body's much smaller. You look up and you look around. You see Captain Eric behind you, arms crossed, looking at you. You look around and you see the crew. All various ages, races, genders, in a circle. And before you stands, you've come to know the master of arms of the ship, with a training blade in his hand. You have one in yours. He smiles.
I jab.
All right. Go ahead and just roll a straight d20.
Okay. It's not going to end well. A 2. I am a child.
Yeah, easily
Yeah.
enough. He parries the blade away, and you kind of go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. You don't add anything to this. This is just straight d20 roll.
Oh, okay. 11.
11. You're able to stay upright, but you definitely stumble. And you hear a bunch of the pirates around kind of laughing, and several jabbing each other, and others. And you kind of look around. The master at arms is still standing there with his sword. You still have yours in your hand.
I jab again.
All right, go ahead, roll d20.
11.
11. So you come in, you get closer this time. You manage to hold your balance, but the blow is again pretty easily parried. Walking around, you see the other members of the ship again kind of laughing and looking at you. Let's get a little bit of music for this. Turn down quite a bit. Doing all this, you see the captain start coming out before you. He's looking at you. So you be thinking you got what it takes to be a member of me crew. And this is what you can do.
Give me a chance at my ranged weapon and you can see what I can do.
Range not be what you need in here. You need to be opening your eyes. And he kind of he's much, much taller than you at this point. And he leans down and gets very close to you and is saying in a voice too quiet to carry. What color be your skin?
Blue.
What color be his skin? You can see the Master of Arts. He's very deep tan, whether by just his birth
Sun.
or by the sun. Yeah, it's hard to say. But
Not blue.
that's right. You're from the sea.
I am.
So why aren't you listening to her? Why aren't you using her to your advantage?
I think that the anxiety of the situation and the rocking of the boat, I throw up.
He steps back for a moment and kind of shakes his head. And he pushes you back, actually very harshly, kind of till you fall down onto the ship's deck. And he kneels down kind of over you, pointing at you. The sea shouldn't be making you sick. You're fighting your instincts, that's what'll be making you sick. Open up. Stop fighting your instincts and listen to the sea. And go attack him.
All right. I stand up. I make my way over to him, and I cast Thunderwave.
You don't have any spells at this point.
I don't have any spells.
You are
Okay, I can
essentially
create
a level 0 right now.
I can create water though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can create and shape water. Okay, so I create a ball of water, and then I hurl it at him.
All right. Go ahead, roll a d20 and add 2 to your roll.
17.
17. So the water hits him square in the face. Doesn't do any damage, but definitely disorients him for a moment. What do you do?
Let's do it again.
All right. Roll again.
11.
11. This time he's able to duck out of the way of it, and you hear the captain behind you. Hit him, girl.
Hit him. Okay. I go at him with my sword, I guess.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack roll. So just a straight d20 roll again.
1.
So you try to do this, and you see like the crew just kind of laughing, and you see some people starting to reach for their coin purses, and the captain holds up his finger again, walks forward. Listen to the sea around you. Move with it. Do your little water trick. Stab him while his eyes are covered.
Okay.
Listen to the sea, throw him off balance.
All right. Concentrating.
All right.
I'm shaping water. I'm aiming for his face, and then I'm trying to stab him.
All right. As you start concentrating on the water, concentrating on the feel of the sea around you, the seasickness that you've been feeling since you escaped the island, it's almost as though like you took a medication that instantly works. All of a sudden, like the pitching of the ship, it doesn't feel unnatural. It doesn't feel strange to you anymore, only in so much that you're a little bit above where you feel like you should be. And suddenly you're able to feel the waves before they hit the ship. You're able to feel how it's going to be moving, how it's going to be bending. And you can feel the next wave is going to cause a pretty good roll for the ship.
So as it comes in, I conjure the water and I direct it towards him. So the force of the wave coincides with the force of my wave.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. And again, rolling, add 2 to the water.
Does that mean roll 20? Oh, I rolled 20!
Oh, right! So you're able to get the timing of this exactly right, and as you slosh the water into his face, he stumbles off balance. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. So this is
I
just
mean,
straight.
roll twice.
Yep, roll twice, take the higher number.
17.
17. As he falls down, you are able to get your practice blade in, and you smack him like right on the butt as you're going by. And also you hear the captain just kind of does a slow clap and then holds his hand out, and you see the first mate pass some coins over, and you see a bunch of people starting to pass coins, and the captain starts walking up back towards the wheel. I don't pay you all to stand around. Get back to the helms. And the memory starts to fade. And you see yourself pulling the sword out a little further as a new memory comes up. You were feeling a little bit older at this point, and I actually need to send you something.
Where are you sending it?
In roll 20, if you have that up.
I think so. Yeah.
That is a link to your character sheet.
All right, hold on. I have to refresh.
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 Can you see it?
No. Oh, I see the picture now, though. Should have done that earlier. Okay.
I'm just going to put it in the chat of roll 20.
Okay.
Let's click on that link.
There we go. Yeah. All right.
It's a cool looking ship. Very nice.
Pretty cool ship.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is me. Okay, younger. All right.
Yeah. So as you, this time you're remembering a day on the ship that was, or a time on the ship that was not very fun. You'd been on there for a few years now, and the sun is just hot and beating down on you, and there is not a lick of wind around. The ship is just sitting dead in the water. The sails are all down for whatever good it does. Not a breeze to be caught. You hear splashing. Many of the sailors are in the water, some with spears, spear fishing, because there's no danger of losing the ship right now as it's not moving anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You would much rather be in the water swimming, because you're an expert fisherman as well with your abilities. But instead, you're fighting, because the Master-at-Arms is bored. And so you see him before you. Both of you are drenched in sweat. It seems to be pretty good workout as he's standing before you.
You know, can we just go swimming? It's really hot. We've been at this for a while.
Hit me once, you can go into the water.
All right. Challenge accepted. What do I have? I have a dagger. Okay. Okay. How far away is he from me? Is he right in front of me?
You guys are within like 5 feet of each other.
Okay. I can do so many cool things. Okay. Right. One. What is my main weapon? I have so many.
So the short sword at this point would be what you're using.
Okay.
You guys are training on swords right now.
Okay. Okay, so 6.
Like 6. So that will miss, and he easily parries you away.
And okay.
And he swings back. With a 12.
Can I dodge?
Yes, you may dodge.
Okay, I will dodge.
And so you dodge out of the way of this, and he kind of looks at you. Well, is that all you've got, Water Girl?
I will hide.
All right. So you sweep around to some of the barrels and go ahead and make a stealth check.
What do I do for that? Is that a 20?
Yep, D20 and add your stealth.
17.
17. He does not seem to know where you are.
Sweet.
He's looking back behind the barrels, but you roll behind the barrels, got down on the ship, and pop back up on another side.
And then I will... okay, I will attack him. Do I use ready? I will attack him.
All right. Go ahead and make an attack with advantage.
Okay, so roll twice.
Mhm.
Oh, God, glad I can roll twice. Oh, that was the same. 3.
So you come as you're coming to attack out, like you make a little scrape against the deck, and it's enough for him to hear, and turns around and parries you. And you hear Captain is standing in the back. He's like, "Yeah, Ishka, come on. See, I hit him once. This is getting boring."
Okay. I will... I don't know. I will attack him.
Go for it.
All right. Oh, 8. Better.
Add a d6 to that roll.
Oh, so I rolled a 6.
Mm-hmm. Roll a d6 now.
Yeah.
Add it to what you were just rolled.
Okay. Another 6, so 12.
12.
Plus 2 would be 14.
Are you adding your plus 4?
No, would be 16.
16. Okay, that will definitely hit.
Okay.
So, yeah, this time you're actually able to finally land the blow on him, and the weapons master kind of, you get him right across the chest very, very well. And he kind of does this little smile and half bow as he drops the practice blade and kind of dramatically falls overboard.
Well, at least we're swimming now.
As that memory starts to fade, you have the sword almost completely out of the sheath. And finally, you feel yourself in a body very similar to the one you're in now. Much stronger, much more able, feeling more confident in your abilities. And there's a new character sheet for you. This time, though, it's not a very peaceful day. This is not a peaceful memory. This was a time when, one of the few times, another pirate dared attack your ship. And you and Captain Eric are standing back to back, fighting off invaders that are coming. One person's coming up towards you, making an attack at you. Not very good.
Oh, good.
With a 9, which I believe misses you.
It does.
Completely, but they are right up in your face right now.
Don't I get a special attack if they're all up in my face?
So roll your attack and see. You get special damage.
Okay.
So add 4 to whatever you roll.
Okay, so I'm rolling a d6, right?
No, roll a d20.
Oh, okay. Roll a d20. Okay,
Add
19.
Okay, yeah, that definitely
23.
hits. So now it's 1d6 plus 2.
With how much damage? Okay, so 4.
Plus 2d6, I believe.
9, 15.
15. All right, so you strike at this guy coming up, ripping. You feel the sword connect. You feel it rip across his chest. They stumble backwards. You have no idea if that was a killing blow or not, but it doesn't matter. There's too much chaos fighting around. And you hear the captain say to you as you're fighting, it's like, "I always knew I'd make a pirate out of Yeshka." As suddenly you're back in the cave. The sound of the waves, the taste of the salt air being replaced with sort of this dank wetness of the cave that you're in here with the fresh water. And you see in your hand now, pulled out before you, Captain Idric's sword. Something of note, you never saw him fight with this sword. He always wore 2 by his side. He would take this one out and gesture with it, but never once drawn in battle. Looking at it up close, you see the metal of it doesn't sheen like regular metal. It looks like water rippling. And as you bring it across the light catches it and it ripples off of it like the sunlight. She be a special blade. Never able to wield her. I think my Ishka might.
I would practice. Say, I think you're right.
Take care of her. Now she's in your hands, maybe I can finally be at peace. And he takes off his hat and gives a formal bow to you. Captain. As you see this image of him slowly vanishing. And let me put this in your journal. Alright, so over in your journal section, you should have a sword there. That is...
Oh, right. I gotta find where the journal section is. 1 second.
The little newspaper on the right.
On the... Oh. Okay.
On roll 20.
Getting there. The newspaper. Okay. There we go. Sweet. Nice.
And as I'll let you read that. I'll just kind of narrate you back. You make your way back into the water through the cave, back into the temple, or the Temple of the Seven Towers. Coming up, and you guys slowly start making your way back. At this point, the dawn has truly come, and
Is Gragnold outside?
Just does that in his sleep. Actually,
make your way back. You make your way back
It's what every growing dwarf deals with at a school.
he sleeps on it, and then it just
goes off
like
randomly
really
in the
crazy.
night.
He's kind of
Sorry
going.
about that,
He's actually
Gragnold.
kind of going for that Queen of Dragons.
All right, and you rejoin probably just about the time that they're all waking up.
So, do you now have a cool sword you're carrying around?
I have a really cool sword right now.
Oh, you have a cool sword too.
That's awesome.
Very neat.
What? Where did you get a cool sword? Wait, the monks people didn't give you a cool sword, did they? They didn't give me anything. Immeral, make them get me something cool.
You gotta calm down. You've just got. First of all, it's too early. It's just too early.
She has
She has a cool sword. I see the cool sword.
Do you see it?
I see the cool sword.
Pull it out. Show
You
it.
guys,
Oh
you
my God.
guys.
Okay.
I have to tell you something about my cool sword.
Okay.
Talk to you.
It does not. Well, sort of does actually. We'll get to that. Okay.
He's being metaphorical.
So you may have noticed that I wasn't particularly forthcoming when I first met you guys
I don't
about.
know.
You know what I'm talking
Ask
about?
Dawn.
Yes.
It means she wasn't
So-
coming forth with information. She didn't tell you much about
Right.
herself.
I didn't tell you much. I want to remedy that. So when I was with Baron with the Air Croca, they told us that we were coming south to fight an
Wait,
imbalance.
hold on. Coffee.
Immeral. Okay, Immeral is
Okay, go.
okay. So the Air Croca had visions of things happening with nature that were out of balance. And when I came down with Baron, he was convinced that you three were part of the vision because there were 3 other people in the vision. I was not super convinced that you were the 3 because we were met with the armies of Pelor and not the armies of the earth. But, you know, Baron trusted you and I trust Baron. So I went with your plan and it worked out okay.
I think she's leaving us, gang.
No.
Oh
no.
no!
Are you breaking up
No,
with us?
I'm not breaking up. It's you, not me. No. No.
Great, just like my parents. Oh, wait.
But you know, after
leave
the
Immeral.
battle,
He's already so broken.
I'm sorry. After the battle, when the gnolls came out of the woods and when all the birds fell around Immeral, I realized that we are probably fighting the same battles with nature. and you are the ones from the vision. So now I can tell you this, but you have to keep it in confidence, what I'm about to tell you.
That means,
So-
Gragnold, she doesn't want you to tell anybody else.
It's a secret.
Oh, a secret.
Where's Baron?
Don't worry.
Baron's drunk.
Great at keeping those.
Are you sure you want to say this to all of us?
I think it's important that I tell all of you
Okay.
that my name is Enkai. That's true. That is the name I was given by my parents. But I'm much better known as Captain Ishka. Have you heard of me?
Captain Ishka.
I'd say, Emerald, go ahead and make a history check.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of assuming that Gragnold should make his
That would
details.
be 17.
Oh, maybe.
Of course, we've heard of Captain.
Yeah.
Who hasn't heard of
Ishka.
Captain?
Actually, it was before you took the job with Lady Sari. You were sitting in a tavern near the sea, hearing different tales, and one of them being of a fierce pirate lord named Captain Ishka.
Wait a minute. So, wait, hold on. How old are you?
Does that matter?
Well, it does.
That's super rude.
I-
Thank you, Baeridin. I mean, really.
You're not supposed to ask.
I have a question for you also.
Oh,
What's your favorite letter?
ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I bet they've got 2 guesses.
It's not R.
Oh, well, then it's the other one. Which one is it?
Hey!
Don told me that joke. I don't understand letters. Oh, no, a couple.
So, excuse me, Captain Ishka.
We should stick with Enkai because
So,
we need to.
Captain Ishka has a bit of a reputation, or did 60 years ago.
60
when-
years ago? How old am I? Really? Okay.
No, this was like a few
I
months.
heard it when I was a kid, right?
No, a few months ago.
A few months ago is different than what I heard.
Before
Okay.
Lady Sari, the job that brought you guys all together.
Oh, that one. Oh, not before I was almost sold off to a brothel. Got it.
No. And I forgot to mention this. So viewers, Immeral is never going to be sold off to a brothel. Sex slavery is not something that exists in this world. That's just how he is interpreting it. So, like Dr. B knows this, but Immeral experience of it was different. So
Immeral has a jaded view on things
Yeah.
that people haven't figured
so
it
I
out.
want to be very clear on that. He was not being sold into sex slavery. That is
No,
not
he was
something-
he was going to be apprenticed as basically a courtesan.
Possibly to become that, or more likely just to be like a bartender or a bouncer or
Almost,
something.
yeah.
Like Fred Lee person.
I think it's a blurry line.
It's a blurry
Yeah.
line.
Yeah, the
Courtier
Just as a court.
or courtier.
Bartender.
Courtier.
Yes.
Either way.
It's real blurry.
No. Immeral's got a jaded view on things. So you were the one I heard about several months ago.
Possibly. Rumors really get a little blown out of proportion. The more.
Okay, so the thing about the entire merchant fleet and your own ship,
That's true.
I
the whole fleet.
I mean, I can't take sole credit.
It was one ship.
Is a good thing or a bad thing?
It's kind of an impressive thing.
Okay, cool.
Hey, good job.
No. Okay, so I heard rumors. What actually happened?
I'm not sure what rumors you heard.
Okay, well, I heard the rumor about how your single ship sailed in under the cloak of night from behind. How you caught up with them is impressive, first of all, but from behind an entire merchant fleet, and somehow, without notifying all of the other ships, ransacked each and every one of them sequentially.
Whoa. Wait a second.
They
How did you get
ransacked
a
his-
cloak big enough to cover a whole ship?
You know,
It has to be gigantic.
it's I don't really.
I'm impressed.
I learned it from you.
I'm very persuasive. Very persuasive. And I can control water.
No, the whole fleet.
It's kind of my thing. But look,
How did you carry all of it?
there are some things in the pirate code that I'm not ready to share with you yet. Let's just say that life is behind me
You're
now.
a pirate?
That's what we're talking about.
Oh, that makes so much more sense.
Will you share the pirate code with me?
Oh,
Maybe.
Gragnold's
Maybe.
very trustworthy.
I am trustworthy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Can you tell me the pirate code afterwards?
Okay, but what about the one? What about the one with the 2 princesses and the emperor?
I'm quite proud of that one. What it had that made it all the way over here? You heard about that?
So okay, how did you get the 2 warring princesses to make up?
Very persuasive.
Story here.
Wait, so say that again. How did you do it?
I'm very persuasive.
You're very persuasive. Okay, but
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm saying a common theme.
she's very persuasive. No, I get that, but I want specifics, like especially given they were about to go head to head with their varying halves of the kingdom.
It was
So what I'm gathering is that you pirated the sword away from the monks?
I did not. The sword was a gift. Let's get back to the point at hand.
who gave you the sword?
The monks did, and apparently you want
Do
one too.
they
You can't
have
have
any
I don't know if
more?
I would use a sword. Maybe they have other cool stuff.
You think about it on your birthday.
The sword belonged to the former captain of the ship.
Okay, so you got it from the former captain.
I did.
Okay.
It is now
Former.
mine. The former captain, but I am also the former captain. I am no longer the captain of my ship. I
So what-
left my ship a few months ago when I went inland and met Baron, and now met you. And now I'm on a different mission.
Why did
My
you
point-
leave your ship?
That is a story for another day.
Apparently, they're all a story for another.
There are a lot of stories for another day.
I thought you were coming clean.
Emerald just likes
I
sword.
am coming clean about who I am and why I'm here. I'm here to fulfill the visions that were given to us by the Queen.
I cleaned myself yesterday.
Not that kind of clean.
That is what I am
I
here
don't
for.
feel it very often, so
Well, okay, good. You'll get a cookie later.
kind of a big deal.
So wait, you're here to help us then? Unbalanced nature?
I am here to
Apparently
help
we're
you
imbalancing nature.
Oh, my
with
bad.
uncovering why nature is imbalanced. And then I will go back on my personal mission, which is why I came inland in the first place. But we don't have to talk about that. That's not important now. What's important now is that birds are falling from the sky and nobody knows why.
No.
There might be more. There might
You-
be an explanation to that.
Yeah, and you just told us you've been lying about your identity this entire time.
Okay,
And now when we want
Because
answers to that, so
this
we
is
actually
why.
trust you.
when you come, pirates are not welcomed in many places. And the
There
more,
is a reason.
well, I would, rumors really get blown out of proportion.
You just said 2 of them were true.
Yeah, but those are true. But some of the other ones probably are not.
Those are the most outlandish ones.
There's a code.
You kidnapped 2 princesses at once.
They were
And they were in
unharmed.
different kingdoms.
Unharmed, I think, is the important part of that story.
I think part of the pirate's code is probably to always tell the truth. So I think she's pretty trustworthy.
What do you
That's
think
true.
pirate is?
They wear like hats and stuff, right?
Pirate code.
They make buttons.
PIR.
Look,
That's so good.
yeah. See, Gragnold's got it.
P.
Did Don tell you all of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you're okay. So first of all, you tell us you've been lying about your identity.
I have not been lying. I have been withholding information because it is not.
Okay, excuse me. You have been selectively omitting information.
I wasn't sure I could trust you, but now I am sure.
Well, now I'm not sure we can trust you.
Okay, because
You've been lying. Oh, excuse me. Selectively omitting information about your identity this entire
I think
time.
I've proven my worth in battle, as have you three.
Yeah, well, we're so glad we make up to your expectation, omitter.
I miss crispy. These snacks are not nearly as good.
They're just nuts.
These monks make terrible.
I'm sorry that I had to withhold information, but I hope you understand why. Lots of people would be happy to find me without my crew and without my ship inland. Never been this far inland. I had to
How
be
close
sure.
am I standing to her?
I'd say you guys are pretty close.
Okay, I try and lift anything of value off of her to so I can try and search for like clues to her
No.
identity.
Oh, can I dodge that? I don't.
Yeah, good luck
all right,
with
so
that.
this is going to be a sleight of
These are
hand
good.
versus a perception check.
Perception is
Okay.
Your sleight of hand's
Okay.
really good.
This is
Is
how.
that
Alright.
a 20?
This is how.
Yeah, roll a d20, add your perception modifier to
Oh
it.
no! I rolled a 1, so 8.
Oh,
I rolled a 28.
Oh.
Should have seen the time.
all right, so what would be some things that Enkai would have on her person?
She would probably have. Well, she would have rope. She would have probably some kind of navigation log. She
You want some salty monk nuts?
I'm salty enough.
would have her weapons.
They're not monkey nuts. Sorry.
I'll say this, Emerald, you lift her coin purse.
Okay.
It's heavy.
You
Be careful with it.
And
Okay.
opening it up, you do see coins from lots of different regions.
Okay.
Oi, we're talking about trust here.
No, it's.
Oh wait, no. No.
It's
And I make a
slimy.
show of opening it in front of her before she realizes I have it.
I am visibly annoyed.
Uh-huh. Great. Hold on.
Mm.
I start rifling through it. Okay, so you've got coins from a lot of different areas of the world.
It's not how you
I
make-
told you I travel.
Emerald, this is not a good way to make friends with someone.
I mean, I'm trying to be honest with you. I'm trying to trust you, and you swipe things from me.
And I'm showing you that I swiped it honestly.
That's very confusing.
I'm,
I don't think it's a good
do you
idea.
see? Okay, what do you see? Are you satisfied?
I see it. All I see is a lot of different coins from a lot of different places, which confirms that you've been a couple of places.
Go. Take it back.
As she does, I try and swipe something else while she's distracted.
Glad you guys so many nuts, Baeridin.
Um,
At 21.
you got a 21?
Yes.
Well, crap. I rolled terribly. I only got an 18.
You definitely see him this time coming in to steal something.
And I slap him.
Are you across the face or are you slapping?
No, his hand. I still
Yeah,
like
so as you're coming in, Emerald,
You
trying to go for another pouch that she's got,
You're gonna-
smack!
Are you going to be the share to my Nicolas Cage?
My hand.
Yes, his bride.
At this point, you hear a little bit of a commotion as you see Master Owashi make his way in. Looking a little pale, but more rested than he had the night before, most certainly.
Master Washi, do you want some monk nuts?
They are very good, are they not?
They're so salty.
They're all right.
We have to preserve them. So, things are settled. It seems the siege is over. There's none left to carry it on. Thank you. We all owe you a great debt of gratitude. Debt of gratitude.
Both of them.
Yes.
I'm still giving Enkai side eye as I bow deeply to Master Owashi.
I'm curtsying and not looking.
See him kind of looking between you two.
That's a new friend.
Master Washi, I think it's unfair that Enkai got to get a new sword, but I didn't get any kind of
Enkai
cool
did not
new
get a
stuff.
sword from Master Owashi.
Oh, that is not a weapon I've seen before.
See?
He looks at it, he's like, May I see it?
Of course. I draw it. I hand it to him.
What you guys see is the blade of this sword. It looks like water rippling, and there's even little bits of light reflecting off of it, as though it's catching light sources from somewhere. And just it's not glittering, but that sort of like just little dancing of lights that you see on rippled water. It's not.
It's a water-seeming sword.
Not something I can use, but
I think we should name
Melora certainly would like that.
Does it have a name? Swords with names are the best.
Is another monk carrying coffee?
Oh, there's like a sideboard with coffee.
I go and grab
and also very strong tea.
I grab another cup of coffee and just drink it irritated.
Wave dash.
You say, Master Owashi looks over towards Emerald and is like, he seems in good fine form this morning.
Water stabby.
I think you're under.
Looking specifically to Baeridin and Gragnold, how are you two? My understanding was that general had something to do with your clan?
That's a good way to put it.
Gragnold doesn't really like this guy.
Wait, you don't like Master Owashi?
No, there's a whole thing where they wouldn't defend themselves. I don't respect them.
Oh, that's right.
The only reason is that thank you.
Hold on your hands.
Yeah, no, Gragnold doesn't like this guy. I don't like him.
The general from the army apparently was the general that slayed our clan.
You just see this look of just pain on his face. I knew that they were misguided. I didn't understand how much. There's been rumors of different peoples in the mountains being attacked. Some of our newly finished trainees have gone out trying to find them and figure out what happened, but apparently the trouble came to us.
The whole thing's pretty fishy. And we need to know what happened with the armies. Where'd all those forest creatures come from?
I don't know where those monsters came from.
They came from up the mountain.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Yes, I realize that's kind of an obvious statement, but that may be a clue to Master Owashi.
Emerald, you've lived here a long time. You know those types of creatures don't live up here. Especially
I'm not saying they live up here. I'm saying where they came from.
Beard in a bag or something.
I just keep them in my pocket. Here, just put them in my pocket. Oh, now your coffee's gonna take the taste.
I'm done with the coffee.
I love your commitments to bits. I've been living here for a very long time, so I'm maybe a bit out of date, and it's been a while since any of our shadow spies have returned recently with information. What does this symbol mean to you? As he holds up so it's the symbol of Pelor, the new symbol of Pelor, but he's just holding up the circle part with the new scripting inside of it.
Well, it's the new symbol of Pelor that the new head of the church has, redesigned. I'm assuming, to try and claim the church as his own organization for his own ends. That's my assumption.
Do any of you recognize this symbol?
Well, we've certainly seen it.
We've seen it around in multiple places. Do I still have the scrap from...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does it have the symbol on it, or is it just
the scrap from the Moonfang clan, or the scrap from...
Yeah.
No, the scrap of the Moonfang clan was just the rays of the sun.
Gotcha, so it doesn't include the other...
Yeah, it doesn't include that, yeah.
Were there any parts of were there any trophies that survived my burnination?
Yeah, the symbol of the Goliath tribe would have survived. That was more
Okay.
on carved stone.
Okay.
Dr. Immeral, the Burninator. He once was a man.
Yeah, no, Immeral was a man.
It's sort of a dragon man.
Yeah, maybe just a dragon.
Maybe just a dragon.
But he was still
I cannot wait for that board game, by the way.
Oh, I'm still waiting on my copy with bated breath.
I got to play it at PAX West.
I know, I hate you.
Oh, so much fun.
All we know is that they've been, corrupting the path for Palor.
Whatever it is they're doing, it's not Pelor. I've known followers of Pelor for a long time. This isn't what they do.
Well, that isn't what the followers of Pelor typically do, but this new church is going in very divergent directions.
Lots of different ways.
Thank you, Gragnold.
Evil.
I'd
Yes.
say. So it's a good thing we were here, otherwise you'd be dead. Dead.
I mean, he's tactless, but he's not wrong.
Gragnold's unhappy with you because he thinks you're dumb for not defending yourself.
I think you're pretty dumb.
Also, Immeral and Enkai are fighting about some stuff.
That doesn't matter.
But about how dumb you are. Now we're all on the same page about it.
Master Oashi, I definitely disagree about how dumb you are. I mean, I respect your commitment to your principles. I simply wonder about the pragmatism of your principles. Gragnold has a slightly different opinion about the pragmatism.
You see him kind of definitely laughing and smiling at Gragnold making all the noises and things.
Stupid.
Gragnold, I agree.
Thank you. I
Understand that I could have ended that siege on my own. But had I done so...
Gragnold.
Had I done so, another war would have broken out that would have claimed the lives of thousands.
No, nobody likes a martyr.
I thought everybody
it was like the
likes
history
the martyr.
books.
Isn't the principle of a martyr that everyone likes the martyr?
I mean, not at the time, otherwise they wouldn't get killed. But in retrospect,
To be fair. To be fair. Coming out of a martyr phase myself. So.
But Master Owashi, surely at this point, given we've saved the monastery, you can tell us what were you protecting?
This monastery, this way of life.
Yeah, no, I understand what you said before, but there are aspects you haven't told us.
Like the giant in the mountains.
Like the giant in the what?
Wasn't there a giant in the
The
mountains?
giant.
Yeah,
That's why
think
you
it's
couldn't
that far.
There were
attack.
giants on the mountain.
Right, there are definitely giants on the mountain. What's the giant on the mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't there one?
Yeah, it was just the
Yeah.
one mountain giant.
Oh, I thought that was out of character. Okay, sorry. We didn't know that.
No, you guys know that. Yeah, he pointed it
okay.
out to you.
There's a giant.
Okay, the giant on the mountain. What does the giant on the mountain have to do with the seven towers?
And with the gnolls coming from the forest.
The giant I can explain, the gnolls I cannot. But if
I try and swipe something off Enkai again.
first make a persuasion check for Master Owashi.
Oh, thank God for the vest of BS. Are you kidding
Did
me?
you just double roll?
I just
ones?
double rolled threes.
Oh.
That's rough. 1 in 400 chance.
Yes.
He just smiles. And says, someday I hope I can tell you fully, but not yet.
Well, someday could be now.
That's true.
In fact, you have always taught us that to live in the now. And now I would like to know.
I thought we were in 7 temples.
We were in 7. Meanwhile, I steal something off Enkai again.
All right, go.
And Kai, what are you gonna name the sword?
I think glitter.
14.
Splash cut.
Glitter glaive.
What'd you?
Yeah.
Glitter glaive's
I
pretty
got
good.
a 30.
Oh my god.
Sparkle stab.
What are you going for?
Anything that's potentially identifying to confirm her story.
You're at this time you're able to swipe off a small book that she carries.
I step backwards so
Like
she
this.
doesn't see me reading the book.
Like,
Do I not see him? Surely I
I rolled a 30 to pickpocket
Well,
you.
you grabbed it probably without her noticing, but to open it and read it, that would be another stealth check against
I
a
will
perception
do a
check.
stealth check.
against a perception check?
Yep.
Oh,
in the
26.
middle of your conversation with
Yeah.
with Owashu.
Master Owashi. What was your perception?
26.
Huh, interesting. Mine was 27.
I can confirm it was 27.
Wow. Yeah, so you don't quite notice.
He's not
this
just
is-
one-upping you.
And Master Owashi, I had to pull up his stuff here. Oh gosh, that was terrible for him.
He's had a rough night.
14. Yeah, that was only a 14. Okay. I mean, he rolled a 2.
God, his perception's higher than my stealth.
What about Shimmer Stab?
Shimmer stabber.
No, while freaking Frack are arguing about this, I step behind and stealthily read the book.
So okay, you said you keep like a ship's log on you?
Yeah.
Rapier.
So it would have information about where I sailed and who I encountered and what was pillaged and how all that went. You'll notice that there's not a lot of, deaths. There's not a lot of, most of my adventures did not end in violence. They were all pretty civil, even though I was very successful in pillaging on all of my journeys. I didn't really kill anyone.
Okay.
I step forward after reading all of it. I step forward, hand it back to her, and I say, "Okay, I believe you now."
How does he read so fast?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna take you probably the better part of a half hour to read through all of it.
Okay, well then I'm okay, fine. I'm continuing to be back there just reading.
Listen,
Do you have like another book around it? Like a class.
Yeah,
Inside
Master
of a bag.
Owashi's kind of like looks at you,
Actually,
Emerald, like kind of funny as you walk off in the middle of the conversation, and
You know what I'm doing is I'm going over, I'm grabbing another cup of coffee because Immeral needs to chill out, and nothing
coffee's the way
brings
to
you
help with
down
coffee.
like 3 or 4 cups of caffeine. And Immeral just he also grabs a news papyrus while he's there.
because the
Classic.
temple in the middle of the Moonlit Mountains is gonna give newspapers after it's been under siege for over a month.
They are the sacred teachings. They are the sacred teachings.
enough of
that.
The Seven Temple Sun.
Yeah, the 7 temple times.
The Seven Temple Times.
Times of the 7 temples.
Listen, everyone. I appreciate that you're reading a book, and we want to have a moment of leisure. Mr. Owashi, bless you in everything that you want to do, as dumb as it is. I had a vision last night. I think there are some members of my clan that are still alive. We have to go. Goodbye. Have a nice life. Come with me, Baeridin.
Wait. Owashi,
Yes.
you don't know where the creatures came from.
No.
Do you know who would know?
Baeridin, come with me. We're going. We have to go save the moon.
There's one that I would send you to that I think might have answers for you all that might be able to do this.
Are they also in the Underdark and being held captive along with the rest of the Moonfang clan? Because that would be just so convenient.
No, she's in the mountains here. She's not to take you
We're
about
so close.
2 weeks.
I'm not there. I'm sneaking on. I'm reading. I'm reading the sacred teachings.
I slap Enkai.
She can
It
drive.
take you a couple of weeks to get there. I would love to be able to offer you provisions and things, but the siege has left us with not a lot.
You don't owe us very much, just everything.
Master Gragnold, come with me.
I don't really want to. I mentioned I think I might have to be safe. Actually, like.
I close the sacred teachings and hide the other book within it, and I go with Gragnold to let's go with Master Owashi.
Taking my book with you. All right.
You're taking your book. I'm
I
just.
still haven't noticed. Okay.
Make another perception check.
At 27.
You notice
got
your
a
book is
20?
missing.
I noticed my book is missing. I turn and I look at Immeral because I know it was him.
You did
And I
already.
see his giant newspaper papyrus.
No, I got a book of the sacred teachings. Several of them. I'm hiding it within that, like it's a stack of books that I'm holding, vertically, so you just see the
Okay.
outside.
No, I notice it right away.
Well, it's hidden within the middle.
That's hidden enough for me. And I take it and I look at you directly and I say, "Look, you want to learn about the pirate code?"
I already did. So I know you're who you say you are now.
You remember?
Take something from me again, and we're gonna have problems.
Oh, she's gonna stab you with the sea sword.
Sparkle.
I take my book and I put it back.
Can we? And if she pulls it in and out really quickly, it'll be the seesaw.
Why didn't we think?
Maybe that's what we should name it.
Oh, we're losing our edge.
We gotta get a handle on this.
Did that one conk you over the head?
I really pummeled
Oh my god. Master Owashi looks just specifically to Gragnold. Clan Master, I'll give you some answers, if you wish.
Do you have any other swords?
He didn't give
get
me
the
the
sword from-
sword.
That's what Everall said.
I know.
Answers are more valuable.
All right. Because my advisor advises me to listen to you a little bit, I might kind of pay attention to what you're about to say.
Yeah, I think you should go too.
This is your advisor's teacher. Your advisor's elder.
Hey, who's the advisor?
I'm the advisor.
Oh, okay.
I am the consigliere for the Ghost Fang clan.
That's a word.
Yes. I thought it was dwarvish.
You start teaching Gragnold wrong words.
He's my consigliere. He's a little airy.
Please, come, Master
All right,
Gragnold.
I'll follow, but I don't have much time.
No.
Already.
We'll do what we can to get you all ready on your trip. I think sending you to the mother would be a good idea, but come. And he leads you back past several of the towers. You're getting a good look at the tower of the Way of the Drunken Master, and you don't know how it is standing up. It's just amazing, like how this thing is somehow balanced in this strange weave that it is as you're walking by. And you're led to this smaller home that's built into the cliff face itself. And you're led in, and as soon as you come in, someone stands up. Master Owashi, oh, you have... He nods. Please, give us a few moments alone. And the attendant, all right. I'll just step outside and tend to the gardens then. And, he'd walk over to a small fireplace burning. Would you like some tea, Gragnold?
No.
Well, do you mind if I have a cup?
Suit yourself.
He pours himself a cup of tea and takes a sip. And... What do you know of the times of chaos? What did your clan teach for their oral histories of the land, time before the citadels, before things were settled.
What's the answer to that, Megan? I don't know.
I would say the Moonfang clan probably does have a fairly rich history of different stories and things. Go ahead and give me a history check.
That is an 18.
18. All right. So there's a few different before times that are talked about. There's the time basically of like creation, where the gods had a lot more sway and a lot more power and fought amongst each other before banishing themselves to the outer realms. Then following that was essentially this time of chaos where many of the creatures, the more powerful creatures, fought on the material plane. The time that ended would have been the war between the giants and the dragons. That one was a big part of the legends are talking about that, how these two great beings would war with one another and just tear apart the countryside. Actually, not too far off from where the Moonfang clan made their village, there was one mountain peak that was basically, it looked like it had been pushed off, and stories have been told that that was a great battle site between a red dragon and a clan of stone giants, and the stone giants eventually had to pull the top of the mountain off to kill the dragon.
I know some stories.
What would you think of those stories of the before time happening again?
Well, we told the stories a lot as a way to remember them. So do you mean telling the stories again?
No.
Do you mean the giants fighting the dragons again?
Yes.
Well, I suppose that would be bad for us.
It would.
So, excuse my impatience, but what are you talking about? Get to the point. I mean, I guess I'm trying to be tactful, but I don't know what Immeral would say if he was here. Are you here, Immeral?
Mm-hmm. You're on your own.
No,
yeah.
Immeral wouldn't be happy with me saying this, but I'm impatient and I want you to talk faster. I appreciate you're trying to ask me questions to help me understand. Immeral does that to me too. I want you to just tell me what you want to tell me, and then I'll go about my business.
Had I defended myself, had I defended this area, those wars would have started again. That's what I'm saying, and that's why we were weak in your eyes. You need to understand, Gragnold. There's a lot of fate around you. And sometimes things are happening that you can't understand. Not everyone will be as patient as I and give the answers. I like your attitude, though. I like your bluntness. It's refreshing.
Thank you.
But no. And he turns around and the light in the area seems to fade and his eyes suddenly glow with this yellowish light. I'm perfectly capable of defending myself before the light. Just a very quick instant.
All right. Well, thanks for your time.
We'll do what we can to provision you. We can see about maybe some gifts and things. Thank you. You saved more than just the lives at this temple yesterday.
Well, suppose I did. We did.
If you go back to the town, go back to your room area there. You said you're heading to the Underdark.
I suppose we're going where the Driders went.
All right. I'll see what kind of things I can provision you with.
provision means give?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Do you make your way back?
Yep, I want to walk backwards out of the door. Like a weird eyeball thing.
Go ahead and make just a dexterity check.
Trip over.
I got a 9.
You make it almost all the way to the door before bumping into like a coat rack, and it kind of knocks over behind you and stumble your way back a little bit. And as you make your way back to your friends in the dining hall area, we will take a quick break. So if anybody needs to use the bathroom or anything, before we come back, and we'll pop over to stream and say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Hi,
we were
everyone.
actually having, while Enkai was doing her thing, we were having a little mini focus group over there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. They had all sorts of interesting ideas about what we can put on Patreon.
Oh really?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about some of them later.
Okay, cool.
But there's some really interesting stuff.
Let's see. I'm reading through stuff.
Now, Immeral is actually going to get some coffee.
Yeah. All right. I'm sorry. I'm reading through the chat. So, telling stories of the great moose, and he told his friend Squirrel about the rabbit. You guys were having some fun over there. I'll scroll down to present so I can say hi to people. Gragnold learned a new word. He's learning. Gragnold's learning many things. I drink coffee to chill. Oh, how's everybody doing tonight? This is fun.
Yeah. Well, I'm having a great time. How's everybody in chat?
Yeah, it's been active.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm trying to read back through everything, but I can't, and that's a good sign. I really like that. Awesome. Yeah, we're trying to. So, also, a quick note on Thursdays now we have Collector the Hordarian, who is Dr. John Anslow, another one of the founders of Geeks Like Us, talking about geek collecting and collectibles and all of that, which is a lot of fun.
CC, part of the reason the numbers are so high is because Dr. B totally gamed the crap out of his character.
Okay, in fairness, I did come up with a really good, convincing story for that. So the reason Immeral has two skills that are ridiculously overpowered, because Immeral, while he has 7 levels in Monk, he started with 1 level of Rogue. So I have expertise in both Sleight of Hand and Stealth, which means at level 8, I have a plus 11 to both.
Yep. And actually, the Dungeon Master has to go pee, so I'll be right back.
Yeah, so
that's cool. I forgot that you took levels in Rogue. How many levels do you have in Rogue?
I have 1 level in
you
Rogue.
Have 1, and you also have levels.
You have levels in Rogue?
I have 2.
You're more roguey. Well, that's not shocking. I got rescued from my roguish street life as a very young elf, and then taught to be a monk reluctantly for 60 years.
I was a druid, and then pirates taught me the rogue ways. Well, I am a druid still.
Momster will pass that on to our stream master. So maybe they can add in race and class levels along with this.
Crap, son of a.
Is it because of the storm that's coming through? I mean, I don't think I'm in the same storm line as you because Minnesota is far off. But there's like a storm coming through Ottawa, and tomorrow is going to be like that. And it's going to be like 10 inches of snow.
It's nuts. I think it might get all the way down to like 40 here.
Wait, like positive 40? Because
yeah.
My perceptions are off now because
Hello.
That's right. I'm going to Harlingen on Wednesday.
I'm curious.
Harlingen.
I am. I know. You know.
Recommend a good place for some Carnegie salad.
I would love some recommendations for food related things.
If you're gonna make it all the way to Westiclo, I got a good place for a margarita for you too.
Well, I'm actually going to Laguna Vista.
Oh right.
Other direction.
I can help.
Awesome. That'd be awesome.
Son of a, how cold does it have to be for them to cancel your work? Like, what's the turning point?
Negative
I think-
51.
What temperature does gasoline?
Oh, actually, I Googled that. It's really cold. But like my daughter, they won't let her play outside if it's colder than negative 20. That's the thresholds.
Wow.
Outside play. So yeah.
It seems like a crazy cutoff.
Yeah.
I think if it's negative 20 in Seattle, I think the whole city would shut down.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
It'd be
It
like-
shuts down at 20.
It's
Yeah.
It's 20 in Seattle.
Yeah.
The whole city will shut
They-
down.
So when a couple years ago, while I was still married, I went to Chicago because my ex-wife's family is there, and I, being from Seattle, I dressed like a Seattleite would in layers, and they were like, it's going to feel like negative 20 here. I'm like, there's a negative?
I went skiing once in negative 80.
That's
Oh my gosh, it's too cold.
crazy.
Anything negative is too cold.
Yeah, if we didn't ski though and it was that cold, we never would have gone. So
Well, that's true.
and it's like right next to Canada and northern Maine. So
Oh, nice.
all right, are you guys ready to jump back into it?
I think I'm ready to. Let's jump back into this.
I think we're ready.
Let's do
Stop
it.
stealing things.
I've confirmed your story. I don't need to
Okay.
anymore.
You just get used to it. Eventually, you just keep in mind all the stuff you have on you. You might steal it.
What's mine is yours.
I
I have
give
a
it
cat staring at me through
What you
the
should
door.
start doing really is you should start adding some notes to all of your stuff that says like, "Hey Immeral, how's it going?"
Yeah.
So he feels it.
Oh,
Get that
before we
straight.
jump in there, okay.
Oh my
See-
gosh.
DC, negative 50 Fahrenheit
Mhm.
is a lot of negative Celsius.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
probably can't go outside.
So I'm actually going to do the
Negative-
conversion real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, what's the
Let's
negative?
see. Negative 50. That's negative 45 Celsius.
Oh,
Oh, well, it was like that on Tuesday.
that's a Tuesday. Yeah. Okay.
That's just a Tuesday. That was cold.
All
And
right.
negative 50 Fahrenheit is negative ludicrous Celsius.
It's also-
So everyone have fun with that cold
Oh,
front.
crud. Okay, so
Pretty
I'm
nice.
going to avoid doing bad German accents, and if I do, CC, I'm going to tell you, I'm aware they're terrible. Okay,
See, we have an international audience.
we are. My German accent is comically bad.
I want to hear it now.
No, you've heard it many times.
Mine is pretty bad.
Stacey, where in Germany?
As we wait
As
for
we
the
wait.
We wait for the delay.
The type
Dun dun.
Are you from Hamburg? Berlin? Frankfurt?
Okay,
You probably.
I don't think she likes your accent.
we are aware that our German accents are cartoonish and awful.
I took German in college.
Did you really?
Ich bin sprachbegabt.
Yeah.
Bless
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Son of us says we demand the accents.
Und die Tour.
Oh, all the accents are real bad.
Oh, they're so
Oh,
bad.
come on. Have you heard my voices? Like, I changed voice halfway through a sentence. It's whatever.
Oh, it's so bad.
Accents
Yeah,
strike me
yeah,
like
yeah.
lightning, and it's random. And then I'll be in an accent, and I'll have a character, and then it'll just disappear. It's just like a gift from beyond.
From D&D
Usually I do
Beyond.
it when I'm
Hashtag not a
about
sponsor.
bad psychology.
Sure, that's you when you hear Freud.
Oh yeah, no. When I'm talking, yeah, but they think that we all talk about your mother. And we are going to say that really what you are trying to do is select between the right breast and the left breast, and really, due to the Latin influence, this left breast is the evil one.
This is Freud.
No, that was both really good and also like a
So,
hilarious summary.
Did you didn't keep what I wrote on the psychodynamic slide, right?
Oh, I totally kept it. I didn't tell anybody about it, but I kept it. It's in the notes.
So I might have written on the training slide for the psychodynamic theory that the theory is that you make a character who just wants to romance NPCs that remind them of your mother.
Nice.
Oh, anyway,
Danke.
back
Danke.
to the game. All right, so
All right. Okay.
Well, I think we've been inspired. Maybe we should do the entire rest of the game like this.
Brot mit Käse.
I don't know what they're saying.
Bier. Bratwurst.
We had to close the chat because we're getting back to the game.
yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna close the chat because we're gonna get back to the game.
Okay. Okay.
As you guys are sitting, having some breakfast, no food or anything is able to be spared really for you because, well, you can be eat now, but they can't like provision you with extra food and stuff because the lands where they would grow all of their extra food were completely destroyed during the siege, and it's past planting season now.
You could help him out.
Oh, I could do that.
You're a druid.
I could do that thing. Do they have lands that need help?
Yeah, they do. As you walk outside the gate, probably like during the morning while they were just told you to wait, without they're trying to find some things to thank you with. Wandering out, you see the masters of the College of the Way of the the Way of the Long Death, collecting all the bodies and treating them and setting them. There's a huge pyre that has been set up. And you see that they have sort of segregated the ones from the army of Pelor are on one pyre, while the other pyre is gnolls and the minotaurs that were killed. And there's a pretty decent number of those that were killed as well. And they're going through and collecting bodies. You do see that there's about 6 different fields. Most of them still have some tents and different things on them that look like they were used for growing crops and
How many
things.
pyres are there?
At this point, they probably would have 3. So one, basically one to the right, one to the left, one in the center, or sorry, 4, 2 in the center.
Baeridin will come out to the fields. And I'm going to cast plant growth,
Okay.
but the 8-hour version. It says if you cast, I guess it would require me to be there for 8 hours. I can't do that
Yeah, I think you have to sit and
no,
meditate for 8 hours for the plant
because
growth.
we just rested. So
No, I mean
So
that's
one of
cool.
my
I didn't know you could do that as a
purposes.
ritual.
Blah blah blah. Yeah, I guess I would have to be there for 8 hours, which I can't do. So I'll just do the shorter version.
Okay.
And Baeridin's just gonna like hold up his arms and like then I think he's gonna hold up his arms and then he's gonna take his fingers and he's gonna stick them down into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna close his eyes and focus on the eyes of the wolf spirit as he concentrates for a moment, and then the ground kind of rumbles as the plants start to regrow themselves.
All right. So going to one of the fields. So a couple of the fields still are not cleared off from tents and stuff. So you go to the one that it has been cleared, and it looks like a couple of the other masters are out there trying to get some crops so they can maybe get some food growing. And you come out and you start to concentrate and thinking about the wolf spirit and just seeing the eyes that look like crescent moons shining back at you, these discs, and you get this strange, like, creeping feeling up the back of your neck as you're remembering looking into those eyes, the different times you've had visions, you've had contact with the wolf spirit, and you feel the energy push out of you. You don't know how long you've been standing there. The rest of you three, well, I'll say for Baron Bellis is with you. Jack's sick tonight, that's why he's not here to our watching audience. He is standing with you guys, but it was about an hour that Baeridin was standing still. But what you see is this explosion.
It's like unheard of. You'd have to be asleep.
Yeah, this explosion of energy comes out of him as you see all the seeds that have been planted in this field start to sprout up, and weeks of growth suddenly happen in a moment.
Gragnold's gonna go over to Master Iwashi and say, "Consider that a provision."
I don't think Baeridin would say like anything after doing it. I think he'd brush off his hands and then walk over and continue to try to convince Enkai to name her sword something cool. Which I think he was also doing right before he got there.
Does he just go over and say, "And where was I?"
What about sharp one? Pokey shell sword.
Good job with the plants.
At one point, you do see Baron walk off with Rosie, who's the head of the Temple of the Sun Soul.
Oh, Immeral pipes in. Water's Edge.
Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good.
I roll my eyes.
Eventually, though, you guys see Aurora come out to look at you all. So, Master Iwashi's telling me that you guys are heading to the Underdark.
That is correct.
Yeah, I guess that's the direction we're headed.
Mhm.
Well, seeing as y'all saved our skins, this is the least we can do. She has 2 pairs of goggles in her hands.
I grab one of the pairs before Tweedledee and Tweedledum get their hands on both.
Oh.
What do you have in swords?
Yes, what do you have in a late model sword? I'm looking for something both sharp and pretty.
Flattery.
Emerald, I'm not giving you a sword. You'll hurt yourself.
No, I don't want a sword. Actually, are there anything that could help, or do you have anything that would help me keep in the fight longer?
Well, those things will help keep you out of trouble in the Underdark.
So what do they do?
Look through them.
I look through the pair.
What you see as you guys put them on, it's strange. What you're seeing is everything in shades of red. You see people, though, are glowing an especially bright shade of red. You look up to some trees and you can actually see some squirrels. See what looks like probably a collection of chipmunks. And they're scurrying around holding things and all kind of scurrying and converging on this one place. It's not too far from where Gragnold's standing, actually.
I immediately do I have pebbles around me?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, I take some pebbles and I start hucking them at the chipmunks right by Gragnold.
They all of a sudden disperse and you see this like shower of acorns fall out of this tree.
I'm so used to Emerald throwing pebbles at me that I'm like, I'm right here.
You missed.
You're losing your touch.
Hold on. Do I hit any of the chipmunks?
Make an attack roll.
Oh, damn right. I'm making an attack roll. Chipmunks.
As a nat 20.
Oh, yeah, you easily hit one and just make its head explode with a pebble.
What? Okay.
Well, we got some more food for you, Mr.
And you know what?
Provisions.
While I'm there, I actually use my elemental attunement to once again, the wettening returns. Just boom.
And so...
1 foot cube of water appears where the chipmunks are.
Alright, so most of them is scattered at this point, and the last of the acorns and things wash out of the tree. Gragnold, make a dexterity saving throw.
I want to field dress this thing and show Mr. Iwashi how to survive in the woods.
You survived by gathering all the freaking acorns I just provided.
That's true. What kind of save did you say?
Dex.
14.
14. You get a little wet, but for the most part, you're able to avoid most of the water coming down out of the tree.
What about the exploded squirrel head?
The exploded squirrel falls about 5 feet behind you.
It was a chipmunk, though, right?
Chipmunk,
was a
sorry,
chipmunk.
chipmunk, not a squirrel. Sorry,
We have,
chipmunk.
we have no beef with the squirrels.
No, the squirrels are cool.
To be our
friends.
allies.
Yeah, the squirrels might be your allies. The
You're
chipmunks,
squirrel cattle.
Alvin and his friends, totally against you guys. And by the way, that is happening, April Fools. We got to figure that out.
Are you serious?
Yes, no, we are doing. You guys are going to be the
Chipmunk
chipmunks.
Wars?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Maybe Pugmire style. Cool. I will field dress that squirrel and show Mr. Owashi how delicious squirrel meat can be. I mean, chipmunk meat can be.
Again, we are squirrel kid.
While Baeridin is wearing the goggles, he's shouting. Nobody can hear him as well.
Baeridin.
Gragnold!
Baeridin.
Look out for the chipmunks!
Yeah, it's just like
Baeridin.
field dressing every
What?
We can hear.
Immeral! You're all red!
Immeral reaches over and puts his hand over Baeridin's mouth again.
You see this bright red hand coming towards you.
Wolfman, save me!
You guys are crazy. You're gonna die in the Underdark, but thanks for saving us.
Here's some chipmunk meat.
I nod in
Actually,
agreement
I
with that
hand
statement.
Enkai a potion just to say, you know what, you've helped us out. Have a reward. They're delicious.
What is it?
It's
Baeridin saying
it's
no.
a wondrous concoction. We enjoy them regularly.
It's exploding bird juice.
It does not make the birds explode
Sometimes it makes
again.
Light.
I don't trust you yet.
Okay, well that's fine. Who else wants one?
I suppose I do.
All right.
Wait, I got blood on my hands. Mr. Owashi, you going to take this chipmunk or not?
Oh, yes, thank you, Gragnold. Don't like my little friends being killed, but thank you.
Okay, don't wipe the blood on your face.
It's like a
You just
God,
You
you
just
know,
took
we're
it.
in war. I do the wetting again. 1 foot cube
Just like
cube of water
around.
right on his face to just wash it all away.
I figure it can't get any worse, and I drink the potion.
All right.
Yes.
Oh, no.
Someone draw a card.
Who would you
Rachel,
like to draw
designate.
a card
Yeah,
for?
who would you like to draw a card?
Immeral. Oh man.
4 left. We have 4 left.
I'm gonna find a way to get you guys more because it's just too much fun.
Is that on your bandolier?
Oh, that's on my bandolier. Yeah.
I did kickstart the newest deck, too, so.
I wanted to. I couldn't afford it. But it looks
Sounds
great.
awesome.
Like some of the cards that they were showing.
Oh gosh. What is it?
It is blank.
Oh.
I didn't realize there were blanks in there. Wait, do you want to interpret that one or draw again?
No, draw again.
Yeah, I to see on Zakad. But
This is not my therapy session. All right.
No Rorschach.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Gosh.
Uh-oh.
Sure, it's something great.
Dr. B is giggling, everybody. Dr. B is giggling.
It's never good.
Your hair falls out and is replaced by porcupine quills.
Wow.
I'm gonna leave that up to the DM.
All right, so
It's not specify a duration.
Enkai, you start chugging. You chug this potion, and then suddenly, like, your hair just itches. And you go to scratch it, and all of a sudden, like, there's these clumps of hair start falling out. And you're kind of panicked for a second. You reach up and, ow! You have...
Wait. Isn't your skin blue?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh my gosh, you're Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, these blue quills are sticking out of your head.
Enkai, you're the fastest thing alive.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic.
Dun, dun, dun.
I knew I shouldn't have trusted you, but you know what? This will make my headbutts better.
Where are there golden rings in her bag of coins?
There was at least one golden ring in there.
I mean, I feel like there should be.
Yeah.
Or a Chaos Emerald, perhaps?
There were no emeralds. There were no emeralds.
You got to get all those, then you'll turn gold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Instantly regretting this decision.
I'll say, over the next day or day and a half, the quills slowly start to fall out or start to transform back into your hair.
Hold on, I put on some heavy gloves, so I get like some heavy gauntlets for falconing.
Don't even.
Stylish. We're gonna make it stylish.
No, no, I'm not letting you that close to me.
Pointy and pretty. Make it pointy.
No. You've done enough.
I get some hedge clippers and you're stylish.
If a look could kill.
Back away.
I think it's good luck.
You feel like it's a good omen, Gragnold?
Yeah, well, you're pretty fast.
You look sleek. You look like you could run really quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Sonic. I'm gonna call him Knuckles.
That's appropriate.
That's pretty good.
And he's Tails, I guess.
Oh.
Because he turns into I'll be Wily.
You only wish you were. That's a wrong game anyway.
Yeah.
You're mixing universes.
Robotnik?
Yeah, Robotnik.
Yes. Or eventually Dr. Eggman, they called him?
Yeah. Eggman.
But anyway, as you guys are standing there, looking at the treasure that you have been given, just real quickly, so you have 2 goggles that are infrared.
Sweet.
So this will be different than dark vision.
Do they continue to work while I'm shapeshifted?
I'll have to see.
I say we give it to the 2 with the best perceptions.
Yeah, it's me. It's me and Enkai.
Yeah.
No.
Perception.
6.
Oh, that's mine.
7.
Okay.
Oh, you can have it. So we'll give the other one to Enkai.
Oh, we're gonna have a bonding experience.
Oh, I feel we bonded enough, but okay.
As
Do you have any swords of a sort of sunsetty nature?
To be fair, there's 5 of us, and you get
like a
2 goggles. That's 4 eyes worth of goggles.
His math is getting better.
so at this point, Aurora has left already. She was the one who came out and gave those to you.
She left while you were still talking.
Gonna come back with some more goggles.
What about Horizon? No. How about
The edge of the sea.
Edge of the Sea? Yeah.
Sea's edge.
Seas.
Sword.
Sea. Where's back at Sea Sword?
Sword of the sea.
What about like Enkai's sword?
I actually go over to the. Are there any bottles of anything at the drunken temple sitting out?
You guys are outside you guys are still standing outside the walls right now.
Oh, about all of the walls.
Yeah, you're outside, so all of the fields where they grew crops were outside of the walls.
Oh, that's right.
So that's where all the
yes.
the tents and everything were set up. So yeah, you guys are out. Most of the pyres at this no, the pyres would still be burning at this point. It does smell pretty bad from that, but
so I go in as quickly as possible to get a bottle of something strong from the Drunken Master Temple.
All right. Yeah, easily enough, they give you a pretty big bottle.
Run back out while they are still coming up with names.
Ocean sword.
And I hand another bottle to Enkai. You actually will need this one if you're going to continue through listening to them.
Be careful, Immeral doesn't.
Cheers.
Can't hold his liquor.
Well, I take a swig of it and I hand it to her.
Cannot take
Yeah. Thank you.
It's a little silly.
So,
I mean,
Baron at this point would look over to Enkai and say, "So, do you think we're needing to go where these talismans were leading that they told us to deliver?"
That was pretty good, Baron.
That's a very good Baron.
That was a really good Baron.
Oh, thank you. I'm sorry, Jack.
I think
Jack, are you here?
I think that's where they're going to take us. I think we should go with them.
All right. And he hands each of you a little medallion with a white feather on it. And as soon as you put or do you guys put them on? Sorry, let me not take away your agency.
Well, I look at it for a bit, Baron. What is it?
Those were given to us by the Queen of the Birds, the Queen of the Aarakocra, the one who sent us down here to you.
That's wonderful that they were a gift from someone so noble. What are they?
She said they'd lead us where we need to go next. He puts his on.
Fine. I put one on.
Do we each have one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll put it on too.
Not putting yours on, Gragnold, or?
Yeah, I put mine.
Yeah, you already have yours on.
Same time. Mm-hmm.
And as soon as the last one is on, you guys all feel it immediately. This kind of pull on your neck towards the west.
Oh, it's a choking necklace.
not a hard one, but just sort of this gentle, like it most distinctly feels like somebody kind of tugged on it gently.
Oh,
Cool. Where's it tugging us towards?
The west.
It's a compass necklace. I'm gonna call it a compass.
As you guys are standing
You're
there
an
with those on,
accomplice.
Master Owashi comes forward and sees them as, well, I think you all have your next destination then. Good luck.
yeah. Before we go off, Master Owashi, you don't look particularly healthy.
It's been a trying few days, but I feel things are finally getting back to how they should be. And Immeral, suddenly your pants don't feel like they're fitting quite right, and they start to slide down
Uh-oh.
as he holds up your belt.
He did it to you.
And I try and get his in response.
Oh, it's gonna be that kind of part. Gragnold drops his
Go for it.
What do you get?
25.
Mother. 24.
As you come in, he grabs your hand. Someday.
Snatch the belt from my waist, grasshopper.
Okay, so I guess I'll put my pants back on now.
And just he does smile though and just say, "Thank you for coming back, Immeral. I know you're going to find your place. You're already finding your people."
I pull up my pants haughtily and I give him a bow while holding onto my pants. And then I give a big hug without holding onto my pants.
he hugs you. Definitely.
I'm gonna make it awkward.
Surprisingly, doesn't seem to make it awkward for him. He's just like, whatever, doesn't care.
Oh, the touching scene of a teacher and his student after his student has been deep troused.
He turns to Enkai and keep an eye on this one. I think you two are kindred spirits.
You see her hair?
I nod.
I like
She's
it.
a
It's even more impressive with your haircut right now.
Ugh, you know. Yes. Okay.
Master Owashi, you said that there was somebody in the mountains that could tell us about the woodland creatures.
Yes, and you wear her talisman around your neck right now.
So what?
What's a talisman?
It's the thing around our necks.
It's the queen.
Where that many things room in.
The queen of the Aarakocra?
Yes.
No. This
No?
it's a gift to you from the queen. No, this is for the Great Mother.
The Great Mother.
She's very wise. She's fakin, so
She's faking. Well, we shouldn't trust her.
So is she a bad mother?
no.
It's your mouth.
He's talking about the Great Mother.
No, but she'll have answers. She'll understand the way of things better than I think I do right now. I feel very out of touch. Be safe. Keep eyes out. Things are dangerous.
Just listening.
Gotta go, guys. It's time.
Nah, I think Gragnold's right.
Travel safely.
Mr. Owashi talks real slow.
All
That's
right.
okay. You listen real slow.
You guys start making your way to the west. And Immeral, this is a bit of a sense of deja vu for you, because this is the path you followed when you left the temple last.
I'm not saying much.
We also got the elk totem, so we're hauling ass.
That's true. Yeah, you guys are moving really quickly. Oh, and I would say this too. Ivri would have stayed at the temple to help attend to some wounds and then go back to the Aarakocra people. Riding on the caterpillar.
Again?
Yeah.
It's just gotta do it all the time.
It'll be funny
Well,
one day.
And I'll say this too. Are you guys walking or riding?
Well, one of us is riding.
Well, we could all be riding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the?
Well, this one.
You can turn into newer things now. I want to.
You want me to turn into something else?
Yeah. Baeridin,
What's
make me
large?
proud, Baeridin. Turn into something cool.
How about
Dinosaur.
I could turn into a dinosaur,
You
but
did
could.
turn into.
You did turn into a dinosaur before.
that's true. Is that the best one to ride?
Well, the speed is 60 feet
It was pretty
for the
convenient. for us.
Allosaurus. Yeah, it's a
You're
large
faster than I
size.
am.
The speed is 60. And then with elk, it would be 120.
Holy mother of
Right?
Druid.
The giant elk is also 60.
That actually might be a little bit more useful in the mountains.
Double elk.
I figure a giant elk could hold a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
It's considered huge size. So.
Oh, yeah, that could easily carry all of you guys.
Okay. I'll transform into a giant elk.
What kind of antlers does a giant elk have?
Big ones.
Big
Huge.
ones.
Are they forked? I guess is my question.
Well, I'm imagining forked. I think flat would be
That would be like some
that'd
sort
be
of
more like
like.
a moose.
Cool. I want to ride on the horns. I want to like hold on.
All right.
How big is this thing?
Giant.
It's giant sized, yeah.
So, if a horse is huge size, this is
A
like
horse is large.
twice the size of a horse.
This is like 2 horses.
This is Ganon's horse in Breath of the Wild.
Wow.
Calamity Ganon.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I ride on the back, I assume, with Enkai.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on the back in the
And-
middle.
Yeah, Baron's there too, just sort of sitting towards the back, nibbling on some beef jerky, kind of just quiet.
Somebody might need to be on the other antler for you to not have your head be like this.
Baeridin, especially with the elk spirit that's allowing him to basically like run without getting tired.
Yeah.
He's literally got his tongue like flapping out
So it's
as
a
he, like,
derpy giant elk.
In a hoodie.
in a hoodie.
That's right.
The antlers are coming out of the side of the hoodie.
Oh, I wish somebody could draw these things. I am not talented enough.
As we're riding along, I'm kind of facing backwards towards Enkai, just staring.
I'm trying not to throw up. I don't want to get it out.
Make a
I'm
Constitution
imagining
saving
you
throw.
like staring. Emerald
I'm like
down,
staring back at Immeral, but like,
but really you're just trying really,
but
hard
really, yeah,
not to
yeah,
throw
and he,
up.
yeah.
Yeah, so Emerald, you think she's staring at you like trying this kind of intense thing. Okay, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh my gosh, how do I do that?
All right, so D20 plus your Constitution save modifier.
Oh, 3.
You rolled a
I
3.
rolled a 1.
All right.
Fail.
Wait. Okay, I'm picturing Emerald.
It's not
and
gonna go
Enkai
well.
like this, and then Emerald finally like says something. He says like, and then Enkai just
Yes!
Exactly that. Exactly. Well, you're sitting there just grouchily, and finally, like, you're like, all right, fine, she wins. I will break the silence. And you go to like take that breath in, and just as you're starting to say, she just projectile vomits all over you. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. See if you close your mouth in
You're
time.
not gonna take it.
Wait, I can actually try and get out of the way of this?
No, you can see if you can close your mouth in time.
Oh my god! Please do.
16.
Not quite enough. It was a DC 17. So as you go to, like, it's not a lot, but definitely a little bit of vomit gets in your mouth.
Gragnold, do you notice?
Yeah, with a natural
Without
1,
moving.
Gragnold definitely notices it. And it's sticking on the sides of the sweatshirt. And just...
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You're a terrible pirate, you know this? You get motion sick.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You know what? This makes us even for the hair.
All right, because it did go in your mouth. I guess.
As I
I nod. Okay, we're good.
I hold my hand out for the bottle. Swig, swish, swish. Swig. Okay.
There are some things you can't experience without becoming friends. And projectile vomiting while riding on the back of a giant elk is one of them.
Oh my god.
And also, too, Baeridin, you would have felt this strange just wash of warmth over your back all of a sudden as you're running along.
Don't worry about it. It's
No, I rolled a 2. I think Baeridin's just like
Running.
totally. He's cool with whatever.
It's like, for all, yeah, somebody just peed on me. Whatever.
Yeah, no big deal. Just
Saves
peace.
time.
don't have to stop.
Good choice.
Yeah. Make a decision.
So let me figure out how.
Right along, I continue to stare back at Enkai. I pull out a deck of cards.
You're still covered in vomit.
Oh, I haven't. I'm
Yeah.
Stoically sitting there. You know, you don't even wipe your face. You know.
Oh, I wiped my face.
What are those for?
Cards.
What are those for?
Got to pass the time somehow.
All right, pirates are quite good at cards. Cards. I know.
Well, we're not going to deal them out like that. So hold them in. I'm just going to pick 5 and give them to you.
So we're playing cards.
We're playing poker is what we're doing.
I think
Alright.
the best you can do is maybe high card.
So you guys play poker throughout the day. Would there be any conversations that you guys would want to have while traveling, or do we want to go to the night?
No, I'm just want to figure out how much money I win off of her.
None.
Oh, you really?
No, it's all verbal. It's all verbal how much we're betting here. You're a pirate.
How much would you be betting? Yeah.
Yeah, you're a pirate. What you got? I saw your ledger.
I'm not afraid to bet.
Okay, well, sounds like you are.
Okay. 2 golden rings.
2 golden rings.
Should be 5.
Thank you.
3 more golden rings and we'll be onto something.
Okay.
I was just thinking it was a Sonic.
2 golden rings.
It was.
What's that?
Nothing.
Yeah, 2 golden rings. How much, Megan? What's the value of that?
Say that they're actually probably worth around. So these ones you would have kept would have been like a little bit more sentimental, or well, no, if they're in your coin pouch, you probably would have meant to trade them eventually. So we'll say one of them looks like it'd probably fetch about 4 gold, and the other one 5.
Okay.
What are they worth in turtle doves?
They're worth about 12 turtle doves.
Oh,
wow. Are they worth 1 Baeridin leaping?
Yes.
That's how you're gonna lose it.
And sure. 2 Gragnolds raging.
1 Immeral. Oh yeah,
we did do a Christmas song.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so that video exists somewhere, but yeah, it was 2017. But fine. I put down 10 gold. I'll see yours at 9-10 gold pieces. I raise you another 5.
Okay. I pull out another 5.
Or what?
Gold
Don't put them down. We're leaping around. We'll lose it.
All right.
Does the hoodie have pockets?
Giant pockets.
There are some pockets, but I'll say Baron probably has his feet in them towards the back to kind of stay on. He's being really quiet and kind of preoccupied.
So they're the stirrups. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fine. I'll take 2 cards. How many do you want?
2.
2. All right. Looking at the hand. Looking at what insight. What do I get off of her? Is she bluffing?
Well, I can deal you guys cards, I think.
Excellent.
You actually play poker.
I think I don't know enough about Roll20 to make that happen.
Oh yeah, there is a card dealing system there.
There is. I don't know how to make that work.
Yeah, I never figured that one out either. But I'll
tell you what, guys. Each of you roll 4d6 and let me know what the 4 rolls are, and then whisper it to me either through your favorite form of communication with me, which can be Roll20. So to do a whisper in Roll20, you do /W and then GM or DM. I'm the DM. Sorry, video is the GM. So it's
W.
Well, I was going to do it on Discord really quickly.
DM. Yeah.
46.
46. Yep.
46. That's crazy.
Okay. Okay. So what we're looking for are basically pairs, straights, things like that. Runs.
Should we roll 5 then?
Yeah, actually, I can roll one more 1d6. Yeah. Okay.
Are you supposed to be like bluffing and stuff? I mean, what's poker face?
Yeah.
I'm just staring him down.
Okay, fine. I'm staring back. What do I get the sense from her? I put down 10 more gold. So the pot is currently, it's 25 apiece.
Do you stay
10
in or do you fold? Ooh.
10 more. I call.
At 35 apiece.
35 apiece. 25 apiece.
No, we were at 25.
Oh, okay. At 35 apiece, sure. I call.
Okay. Megan, what hands do we have?
So this one would be to Immeral with 4 of a kind.
What?
My rolls were 3, 3, 2, 3, 3.
Beginner's luck.
Want to try a second round now that I'm 35 GP richer?
I think he starts to see my eyes glaze over and my dispositions shift from blue to green.
How much do you want to ruin your car? They do say while moving, reading is a really good way to.
Can't get car sick if you can't read.
I don't think that's how it works.
All right, fine. If you can't handle it.
She doesn't have the stomach for it.
As the day progresses, so you guys got started later morning, and you were able to, with the pace you're going, I'm gonna say you made it at least 22-ish miles, which is a lot considering you're in the mountains going up and down over different ravines and things. But the light's starting to fade. What would you guys like to do?
I'll slow down and.
Can we do we pass any friendly looking streams or anything that is potentially bathable in?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
That's a modified 20.
Modified 20. Yeah, you see one actually not too far up ahead. Looks like there's some sort of stream or brook that's coming down the mountain. Not too deep. It's not very deep, but fast moving. And likely cold as because it is coming off of the top of the mountain.
Okay. Well, go in there and first of all, I wash my clothes.
Do you tell me to stop?
I tap you on the back of the head, and hey, you're all sticky. I'm all sticky. You've been running all day. It smells like a sweaty elk. Subsequently, I think we all smell like a sweaty elk.
I was running on the end.
Baeridin will nod and finally slow down, and then walk up to the stream and like kneel to let everybody get off first.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Before finally shape-shifting back. And then as soon as he shape-shifts out, he'll turn to Immeral and go, I can understand. Maybe this is a good place. Oh my God, you smell terrible.
Yeah, Immeral smells.
We're at the stream.
Ow.
How deep is the stream?
It's not very deep. It's 6 to 8 inches at the deepest. This is like a little trickling stream coming right off the mountain.
Okay, so nothing we can actually bathe in. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't take you too long to set up a little area where you could dam a bit of it up. And if you had some people with you who could control water.
Hold on. Hold on. I just stand there and I elemental attunement myself. Just.
I was wondering if you were going to do that.
Yeah, just whoosh.
Keep making shower.
Yeah, just boom. But everybody just boom, 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 and wash.
All right. Everyone, just give me a Constitution saving throw.
But I also, after that's done, I click again and make a small fire on a log within a safe area.
16.
20.
16, 20.
17.
17.
14.
All right. The water takes your breath away for a second. It is so cold. But you all are able to snap out of it and not have too bad of a reaction. Just kind of a, oh, right. It's over
Awake
quick
now.
enough. As you're going to start that fire, you see Baron's there trying to look. He's actually like just got a spark going as you. What was that about?
Efficiency.
He just kind of looks at you, shakes his head, and starts setting up the camp.
Listen, if you want to do it the hard way, let me know.
It's just the things and the way nature goes. Doing things more the natural way.
Well, I didn't do anything unnatural. Look at this. I've got this natural ability to go boom. Oh, the fire's out. Oh, boom, the fire's going.
Stop putting the fire out.
Okay, it's still going now.
I go up next to Baeridin and try and get some of the remaining puke off his hoodie.
Right. So using a little bit of your controlled water ability just to get the last little
just to get
bits.
the last.
Yeah. You have kids. You know how this is.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's okay. It mostly smells like elk now anyway. So what's our plan here?
Camp for the night and then continue on.
Long term or short term?
Oh, I was thinking of the long-term plan.
Oh, we're gonna go kill a bunch of driders and save our people.
That sounds pretty good.
That's the plan?
Are we headed to the Underdark now? Feels like we're headed up the mountains.
Aren't we headed to the Underdark?
Well, you guys
Aren't we
don't know
headed
where
up
the
the mountain?
entrance to the Underdark is.
We're heading where the talismans are taking us.
Isn't that to the Underdark?
We don't know.
Isn't it to the mother?
Mother.
I guess we're going to the mother.
I guess we're going to the mother. Hopefully the mother knows how to save our people.
Maybe she can send us to the Underdark. Gragnold, there's got to be an entrance to the
We got
Underdark.
people
up
to
here.
save. We're going up.
But that's
Baeridin.
But
That's
maybe
where the drivers came
entrance
from.
is to go down.
Gotta get up to get down.
We got to get up to get down
Okay.
before the night is over. Music reference, drink.
And the Baron does look, or sorry, Baron does look over. What was this vision again, Gragnold? What are you thinking we're needing to do?
Driders left my people and took some prisoners.
Tell us the rest of the vision, Gragnold.
The followers of Pelor killed our people, but the Driders took some as they fled. The Driders have some members of the Moonfang clan who might still be alive.
Baeridin kind of like stares into the fire for a long time and just sort of mumbles almost more to himself than to anybody else. Like, how long have they been down there?
I don't know if they're even still there.
Well, then we're gonna find them.
What do we know about the Underdark?
That is a great question. Go ahead and I'm trying to let's go with nature.
Good for both of us.
Yep.
Mediocre roll for that. 14.
14?
I got a 9.
9?
I got a 19 with my +0.
Yeah, 14 plus 4.
I got 13.
13. All right. So Gragnold, you got a 14, right?
Yes.
Okay. Enkai and Gragnold, you would have mostly just heard stories and legends of the Underdark. Rumors of walking mushroom people, giant beasts that eat solid stone, creatures that live in magma, elves and gnomes and dwarves that have purplish gray skin, vile places of decay, creatures that can walk through solid walls of stone. A place of just chaos. It's mostly just legends and things. It's specific information you don't know so much.
Monsters.
Monsters. Lots of monsters. Like, so basically, like, any type of ghost story goes. Is how...
Do I know anything about how organized or unorganized it is? Like, obviously, Gragnold and Baeridin didn't go into the, chase down any driders. So I guess I was under the assumption that they're monsters and not, like, an organized faction.
I would say... Well, let me ask this. Would Gragnold have asked... would have been something he would have queried about after leaving the mountains?
Yeah, I probably would have wanted to know more about driders, but I'm sort of retconning this a little bit, but we never went. So I'm assuming that we are under the assumption that the driders are not like, that they're like roving bands of monsters, basically.
Right. So what you would have heard with a 14 is that driders tend to work for other creatures. Or work with, or are indentured servants too. If they are on their own, they are monstrous and will just attack things. But doing something like wiping out an entire village isn't something that they likely would have done without orders. So that would be probably with a 14 the extent that you know. Immeral, you, when studying under the Way of the Shadow, you definitely would have studied and learned a little bit about the Underdark. So you know that it's its own ecosystem underground, and that there are creatures down there that live completely in the dark, never seeing the light of day. You do know that there's humanoid creatures down there that live in structured societies, being the Drow, the Duragard, the Zerfneflin. You've even heard about I'm blanking on the mushroom people.
Myconids. Know all about them.
Yep. You don't know much about like the structure. You know that the Drow are taught about with a lot of fear. Predominantly, the thing that is most feared is the unpredictability of their behavior. That they can go hundreds of years of being allied with a group and then in a moment's notice betray them for no apparent reason at all, and the unpredictability of it makes them not trusted at all. They're also known to be incredibly vicious. The Zerfneflin, you don't, and as far as you know, the Duragar, fairly similar cultural structures to their above ground kin.
I would say Sverfniblin is a great opportunity to bust out a German accent.
Noted.
Yeah.
Sverfniblins.
Zerfneflins. The Zerfneflin.
Or if you're good at it, you can do like a
The Sverfniblin are riding in the
I was thinking like Swedish or Norwegian.
They talk in the funny talk.
No. All of my Swedish just becomes a Swedish chef.
all about.
Oh, that's what Undercommon is now.
Undercommon is now Swedish.
Oh my God! You know we're gonna be going down there, just gonna be like.
The peppercorn in the dumpster. The peppercorn. Sorry. One of my fandoms just showed.
That was and that was your weekly Muppet break.
Oh boy, we are getting towards the end of the stream.
Yeah, we are. We're getting punchy.
Nice.
let's see. We got about 20 minutes. So I'm just trying to plan for a good endpoint for you guys. Well, and I'll let you guys talk. Yeah, how much would Immeral share about what he knows with everybody else?
I'm sitting back. I hand the bottle. I grab the bottle once again from Enkai. Take a swig.
I don't know why you're drinking that, Swill. We got beer.
Yeah, Gragnold,
Take a
bust some
sip.
out. What is the bottle of?
Piss.
Burning piss that's really strong. And what do you know? The monks of the Drunken Mastery, they would know their stuff.
Yeah.
I think he makes some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
Hand it back to Enkai.
They're not particularly. There's not a lot of flavor. Not a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah, well, it's not subtle. That's not the job.
It doesn't have legs.
Yeah, because it eliminates yours from under you. That's the point. But
Also,
I tell them
Doesn't
all
have any literal
that
legs.
the Underdark is filled with a multitude of societies. The Underdark is filled with a multitude of enemies, and many of them mysterious and unpredictable. There are monsters that will walk through solid earthen walls. There are giant sentient mushrooms that form their own society. And there are the Drow, who are unpredictable and dangerous.
what about Driders?
The Driders are a part of Drow society, sort of.
I thought Driders were monsters.
They are former Drow. Would I know that, Rich? I would know this.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to think of something else here, and without GM forcing something on you. You guys also have notes about certain demons and demon lords and ladies.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Especially
Well,
like
and that's
mushrooms
why
stuff.
I'm asking how much of the specifics of that ritual would I know?
The
As a
ritual
character.
that you would know that the Driders are part of Drow society, but a lesser part, and used as for
Menial tasks.
Yeah, menial tasks, grunt work, things where like they don't care if they die.
So the Driders they're the outcasts of Drow society, and the Drows worship Lolth.
Where are they?
Well, they're under us, in the Underdark.
Oy. Well, let's go sleep.
Well, what did you want a better answer from that? You asked me a question, I gave you an answer. You know what? I learned it from you.
All right. I have some monsters who are sentient.
Whoa.
I learned it from him. To kill as soon as possible.
Well, no, there are sentient mushrooms that form an entire society.
Yeah, but I thought Driders were monsters.
Yes,
Now
those
you're
are
saying
monsters.
they're outcast parts of a society, and I think it's time to burn them to the ground.
That was the most calm
Yes.
and collected. I think,
learned it from you.
in my wisdom, it is time to slaughter large sections of a
Yes.
populace.
Not just the warriors, also the young ones.
And we are going to salt the earth, and we are going to commit genocide
They started it.
because they started it.
They started it. I want to avenge my people. Let's go to sleep.
All right, you guys. I'm assuming you would set watches.
Yes, we'll set watches. I'll take the first watch.
All right. Just for the sake of time and brevity's sake, is there anything that any of you would be wanting to do during your watches? Things to look up, prayers, trying to connect with anything.
Yeah, I continue to try and connect with my own memories and not freak
Ooh.
out this time.
Oh. All right. Roll a percentile dice for me.
Ah, crap. How about a 90?
Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. I gotta find. There's the meditation guide.
Can I just roll like the wisdom save now to not freak out?
Okay. I'm so delighted with how this is going right now.
I didn't roll great.
All
Rolled
right.
an 11.
No, no.
All right. Well, and you can decide what you do with this as you will. As you go into, actually, let me change the music up. Like, well,
No.
we just have sound effects right now.
It's poignant.
Maybe it's gonna be the sad trombone.
You rolled an 11 to connect with your inner self. Wah, wah.
Oops, that's too loud. Far too loud. All right. As you start to meditate, you're thinking, your thoughts can't help but stray back to what you've learned about the Underdark. And thinking about specifically what you've been told of the Drow. The fact that they sacrifice lots of creatures. Just the stories that are told are like the boogeyman, that are stories that are made to keep children staying in their homes safe at night. As you feel yourself slip into your meditation, you feel this warm light around you and then this chill. As you look down at your hands that are gray like granite, looking up around a table of elven women, all with purplish gray skin, and sconces holding small little red beads in the shape of spider legs, holding something in between them.
Emerald's very angry. Emerald's feeling very angry. But ironically, that's a safer feeling than safety. Emerald's familiar with angry, so he rides this one out.
Yeah, I would say you definitely did not have a safe feeling. It was one you felt basically like on days at the orphanage when your friends were not around and Happy and his cronies were sitting at a table with you.
Wait, say that part again.
So the emotion that came along with this vision was essentially like how you felt when you were at the orphanage and your friends were not there that day and you were stuck sitting at a table with Happy and all of his cronies.
Oh, Immeral feels a sense of being bullied.
Yes.
And scared.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, that's so sad. So I'm familiar with this. Just Emerald stays quiet and just goes with it. And just kind of tries to shrink.
You sit there with that vision. It doesn't last too long. It's mostly enough for you to kind of get this glance of the table looking around. What's your passive perception? 16, right? Yeah, so you would have noticed everyone was very finely dressed. And even on the fingers of the hands that you saw before you that were yours, you saw rings on several of them. One shaped like a spider. Definitely the table looked well made. Everything looked very nice as far as like quality.
So is it safe to say that in this case, Immeral is a drow lord?
You did not see any men sitting around the table.
Oh, that's right. It's a matrilineal society. Oh, crud. Oh, man. Once again, Emerald's getting bullied. And then I just stay quiet.
All right. Does anybody else have anything that they want to do during the night?
Baeridin's gonna turn into a flying monkey and run around everywhere.
So Baeridin and Hobbs flying around with each other. Hobbs is so excited to show you how to fly.
It's super hard. Baeridin is not good at it.
Yeah, I'd say go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Should I use the flying monkey?
The flying monkey stats.
Whoa. Maybe I'm not terrible at it. 21.
21. You pick it up pretty quickly, and especially with Hobbs cheering you on and kind of helping you out. You guys fly around, chittering at each other, making lots of noise. To scare it. You do see at one point a collection of chipmunks making their way towards Gragnold's bedroll, and you guys both just basically like Air Force dive bomb them.
Protecting Gragnold. After we scare them off, we take like whatever remaining acorns or nuts and like cheer them.
All right, and then anything for Gragnold and Enkai during the night?
I think we all know what Gragnold is doing with his alone time.
Talk to Dawn.
Master the art of reading.
Make an intelligence check.
16.
Wow.
You have learned to spell your name.
Whoa.
Yes.
Good job.
Without Dawn sort of like.
Yeah, you're so used to her telling you the letters, it takes you a second to notice that she's actually not speaking in your head, and you're doing the letters on your own.
Carve it into a tree. Gragnold plus Dawn equals heart.
Aww.
Oh.
You carve it with Dawn.
Do we hear a
Oh yeah.
We are not good at staying quiet during wine.
No.
You're like meditating and stuff. You're much quieter. The two of us are not good at that.
And
I
then
think I'd get a hold of Immeral's cards just to make sure they're not their legitimate deck of cards.
You're trying to pickpocket me?
They're not marked.
You're meditating.
Go ahead and make
You left
a
your
sleight
card.
of hand check. Okay.
Let's see. 18.
Emerald, if she's doing it while you're meditating, that's your passive perception. So you don't notice her take your cards. Are Emerald's cards stacked?
No.
Yes.
Listen, Immeral cannot help you for being a bad poker player. All right?
All right. They're not stacked.
Not stacked.
They're not
Good
stacked.
God.
Do you leave a note or anything in them?
No, I put them back.
All right.
Does Immeral notice her putting them back?
No. You're meditating. You're having a vision of being seated around a drow table. All right.
Like this.
And as light starts to dawn, you hear some of the birds calling. You all begin your journey traveling on. And that's where we'll end it for tonight.
Get out of my room, Mom.
Nice.
Mom, I'm not ready. Get out of here.
So
Oh
we'll
my
pop
God.
back over to chat and say hi to everybody.
Oh, what's up? Oh, hey, it's Rain, new viewer. It's Rain. So Megan and I, and actually the Adams, we train people on the use of role-playing games.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, Megan and I just debuted a day-long clinician training yesterday.
Yeah.
6-hour immersive basic training, which we are happy to bring to you if you want to bring us there.
Yes. Would be awesome. Oh my gosh.
I'm just scrolling back through chat.
Yeah. That was a fun turn at the end there.
Yeah. That was super ridiculous.
So not everyone is a clinician. It's Rain. Well, I mean, I have a master's in counseling psychology, but I'm actively a clinician.
That's pretty great.
Son of a, I just saw what you're making.
Wait, what's Son of a making?
Wait, what's Son of a making?
Scroll up into the chat. Yeah, it's amazing.
I'll drop it in
Son of a quick, they're rolling, not looking. Who can guess what I'm working on? What is this?
It's in roll 20.
What?
There we go. See?
That's amazing. You guys are the best.
That's awesome.
Well, you shouldn't have put it on the chat.
Code secret.
I mean,
we like to pick back and say hi and see how you guys are doing and check on you and make sure you are not being naughty, chat.
Yes, no, be naughty, chat.
Don't be naughty.
You be naughty. No. But yeah, it's Rain. We are. If you're interested in bringing our day-long training to whatever site you work at, let's chat.
I'll also add in, since you guys are talking about some interesting games in chat. Noah Deer mentioned Super Fight.
Super Fight's great.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Snake Oil's also pretty spectacular for
which
fighting and convincing.
Which version of Snake Oil? Because there's actually two games of Snake Oil.
Have you guys played Sheriff of Nottingham?
Okay, so there's two Snake Oil games. Okay, so the Apples to Apples one is that one. There's also an indie publisher around here that makes a game called Snake Oil, where you have to be a snake oil salesman from the 19th century who convinces everybody to buy spurious medical treatments.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's sort of what this game is too.
It's a little, so that's an apples to yeah. This has more of a combative element to it. Yeah,
super interesting.
I'll bring my copy of it.
Oh, Sheriff of Nottingham. It's a long game, but that one's a lot of fun. Where you have to lie about and bribe to. So it's an interesting little social game of trying to cheat. And we have Super Fight. We also got Unstable Unicorns. That one's a lot of fun.
Oh, Unstable Unicorns is adorable.
I just bought a bunch of those unicorns at South for my daughter.
Oh, nice.
They have like little fluffy unicorns. Yeah, that looks super fun and super interesting.
Yeah, my daughters picked that out for I'm a Sven for Christmas. And in the family we got Super Fight for Christmas. With everybody got an expansion pack. So we have the 90s expansion pack, the Sword and Sorcery expansion pack, and an anime.
Oh, Super Fight's
nice.
So great.
Yeah. My first thing that I got from Super Fight was Donald Trump, but there are 100 of them, and they just went Super Saiyan.
Not sure how I feel about that.
Hair change color?
Oh my god, yeah, what color does his hair change into?
Ooh.
Are there any Saiyans with blonde hair?
Well, apparently there are now.
And could it go just bright orange?
Yeah. For Saiyans who have blonde
hair. Yeah. When is the next game? Actually, that's a good question. Do we want to schedule on stream? I don't mind.
Sure.
But... Let's see here. When are we playing?
My plan is to continue to stream every Monday no matter what. So it might be me playing Stardew Valley or something. By the way, Rachel, how are you liking Stardew?
I've decided to go for Harvey because I looked up best gifts, and his best gifts are wine and truffle oil, and I feel like he speaks my love language. So I'm gonna go for Harvey.
Harvey. Okay.
You need to get to at least the 8 heart event though with Shane to kind of get through Shane's story.
Shane is, Shane. I have no interest.
No, it's like Greece, and you can win him over. Why am I trying to convince you? I hate Greece.
Did you see on Twitter? One of my friends was like, "Oh, I married Shane, and he straight up like went to the bar and left our child unattended." Shane is a terrible person. Yes. Yes. Wow. Shane is out. I mean, it's either Shane or the one that you married, Megan.
Abigail.
Abigail.
She's the best.
Yeah. See, Shane never
Abigail
quits
is awesome.
drinking.
She.
You playing Stardew Valley. The literally award-winning game.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
It's a great game.
An award.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
For positive mental health representation. In
Yeah.
games.
I've been playing the whole stream.
Sven has been playing it the whole stream.
Oh, that's what I hear.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well, we're going to be doing that again probably this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get I really want to get my hands on Gris. That's the game I really want to play through on stream. I promise it, like, because that one's about overcoming trauma and working through traumatic events. So
I played it. It's good. It requires you. You really should play it on a big screen, and you really should play it with the sound on. And I played it on a small screen with the sound off. It's a very cinematic game. It is a puzzle game that has an interesting puzzle components, interesting puzzle platform components, but I think the cinema of it is really what makes it interesting.
We should do like a game review show.
Actually, that is coming to Geeks Like Us.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. So if you guys want to be part of that, send me messages. We'll make that. You stream on Geeks? Yes, I always stream on Geeks Like Us. So I'm one of the co-founders of Geeks Like Us. So I'm on here.
I was gonna say, Adam, you could make your hair go like that, but you have to make over 9,000 of them do that.
Yeah.
Over 9,000.
Are you guys able to do the 4th or the 11th?
The 11th.
The 11th works for us.
Yeah. Totally in.
Okay. So next clinical role will be the 11th. Next week, the 4th, I will be playing something. Who knows? I want to do Celeste as well. Celeste is another one I want to play through.
Celeste, I've been hearing a lot about since it came out.
I like Celeste more than Gris, personally. Gree, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Gree.
Well, I like the idea in Gris. I guess you don't really die. It's just... I started playing Ori of the Forest, but that, like, the opening story was just so freaking sad.
That's a good one, too, though.
Yeah.
I've got to actually play the rest of I Am Setsuna.
Finish that. I also need to finally finish Zelda. I have done all the shrines. I did beat Ganon once, and I'm going through and getting doing the Ballad of the Champions. I just have one champion left, and then to go face Ganon one last time. I'm like stalling finishing that game so bad. I did beat Super Mario Odyssey already. I'm not going to work on finding all the names.
I haven't beat that yet.
Street Fighter 2 Ultra.
Ooh.
I've actually got an idea, and I want to throw this one out to the chat.
Okay.
How would you all feel about one day if we didn't play an RPG, but instead we did a Jackbox Party Pack game with all of you voting on it?
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, like
fun.
if we did TKO.
Yeah. I mean, I love Evil No Jack. It's not a voting one. I don't think.
No, it's not a voting one, but so Wandering Shrink says yes.
Yeah, and Son of a I'm down for something like that.
Oh yeah, no Jackbox Party Pack idea, yeah.
We could also try to set it for an off day.
That's true. We could do that at another different day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, somebody did say Jackbox. It's rain.
So let's play now.
Let's play. Well, I don't have my Switch here.
Yeah.
I have mine today.
Mine's on the other side of the curtain here.
So we could do that, but not probably right now because it's midnight for some of us.
Yes, and I have clients in the morning.
Oof.
So
Yeah.
I have babies who wake up really early in the morning.
I have those too.
With that, maybe bring things to an end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mother.
Awesome. Chat, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being here, players. As always, you guys are amazing.
Yes, May Win. That
right.
is a good tip. That is a great tip, May Win. Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
That's awesome. Good to know. All right, guys.
To the moon. I don't know To the Moon, but I'm going to look for it. All right. Thank you,
All right.
Chad. It's been a
Thank
great
you, everybody.
night.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks for joining us. Thank you,
Right
Mordo De Rosa. Thank you, Jay Madigan. Thank you,
Jay
Son of a,
Madigan.
and
Thank-
Noah Deer, as always.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, guys. All right, have a good night. We'll see you in a
Thank you.
couple. I'll see you guys next week, and we'll all be back in 2 weeks.
I almost got it.
Savann's freaking out because he's playing
Oh,
Stardew.
I lost it. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay.
Stop fishing.
Stop
Ugh.
fishing.
Fishing
All right.
is so annoying.
Bye, guys.
Bye.